but I believe it. Take you while you want a man, but I believe it. Take you while you want a man, but I believe it. Take you while you want a man, but I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
can hear us. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
My phone is like weird.
Is it? Let me see.
It's like it wants to not be on my head. Hold on.
Is the wire in there?
Is it the wrong
No, you
one?
had it right. Now the little wire gets trapped in there
Oh,
sometimes.
maybe I bet that's what it is.
That is the greatest design flaw
That's
of
what
the
it was.
Sony headphones.
That's what it was.
And that's what breaks them.
The little wire.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me
Once
not
that wire
break
goes.
Once the wire goes, they're dead. And why? So I asked Sony, why? Put the wire inside.
Why the wire?
These headphones, the design has not changed since I believe 1968.
Here's why.
We've had so many pairs. Yeah, he knows why.
If I'm
Let's
Mr.
go to the
Soda,
business
I'll
department.
Here, Mr. Sony will tell you, if I leave the wire out, you'll buy more once
I
they
think I
break.
can say it
It's
as
like Apple.
I can
If
say
I-
it like Mr. Sony too, and it's and I think I'm allowed to do it. I'm making more money.
I don't
They're not
need
supposed to say
these things
But it's
lasting
true.
for
Not
more
supposed
than
to do
2
that.
years.
Not supposed
I
to do
need the
that.
wire to break. I need you to buy more.
All right,
You're right. You're probably completely right.
this is the warm up.
Thank you, Colette.
That's what Crystal always says too. You're right. You're probably right.
Now I think I'm wrong.
Wait, this is a trap.
Yeah.
Some woman's
No
telling
one
me
ever
I'm right.
tells me I'm
If
right.
women are agreeing with you, it must be wrong.
Yeah.
All right,
My
so
wife hates it.
we can recap. Then we do have some
Yeah.
emails and stuff. I have some
Cool.
questions about the first couple chapters.
Okay, I just thought of a question now.
Okay, perfect.
Fabulous.
What happens when you get tired of your partner?
Would you like me to start this one? Because you normally
Get
start.
annoyed by their behavior.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Because you normally start. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start. I'm doing it. Here we go. In 3, 2. It is Love Thy Neighbor. I'm Dan Dennis.
I'm Tom Van.
And you want to do it? You want to do
Do
it?
I get to
You
say
wanna-
I'm
I'm sorry.
She's mine. No, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can do it. You know what? We can all independently do it. I don't know why. Tom and I both felt like, well, we got to introduce
don't
the
know.
lady.
Someone has to introduce.
We got to introduce the poor helpless woman in the
Yeah,
corner.
let me grab the
Needs-
door.
Yeah, she needs somebody to introduce her. We're fighting over it. And now
Help
we're
me.
mad at each
Colette,
other.
I
can't
Fighting over an
talk.
attractive woman.
Nothing wrong with some old school chivalry, right?
No, I
yeah.
actually love old school chivalry.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she has her own podcast. She just wrote a book, The Cost of Quiet, that you should buy and write a review on Amazon. Very good friend of ours, Colette Fair.
Thank you. I could not have had a better introduction than that.
So, Colette,
Big, messy introduction.
like sometimes old school chivalry does come off weird with younger people.
I get it a lot because of the way I was raised, Southern charm. My parents are from Virginia, so before you at me about I'm not being Southern, Virginia's as Southern as it gets.
Totally.
And everything inside of me was, yes, ma'am, no, man, I declare Lord of mercy. You know, it was all that. All that.
And I'll just explain to you the situations that have happened with me when we used to have Sam, our producer, where she's female, she's younger than me.
Finally, we break into the sexual harassment vaults.
No.
Open the vault.
Here we go.
And then multiple times, like
he would open the door for she'd be in the
No.
bathroom peeing, and he'd open the
No.
door and her peeing.
no,
Three different
that,
on
no, that was
three
two-
different
This is a new problem.
On three
That was an
different
accident.
occasions.
I don't know.
How do you think we found out she had tattoos on her
No,
thighs?
I didn't know anybody was
We didn't
in
know
there.
she had tattoos on her thighs.
No, that
Tom
was just
knew, though.
coworker. Was the one bathroom? You
Yeah.
have the same office.
Tom
Colette.
knew. Tom, do you know? Have you
No,
ever noticed
come
that
on,
there
stop.
on the door here at TND Media, there's a little sign that says, you know, it's a slider thing for occupied, unoccupied.
that's
I have
Sam
not
here.
noticed
That was installed because of some light harassment going on.
No, that was an accident.
peeping Tom
No,
in the back.
Yeah.
Colette,
Peeping
don't
Tom.
you fall into it.
Don't tell a woman what to do.
Okay, I definitely don't want someone opening the bathroom door on me. But other doors.
Lock the door.
Would it be okay if he opens these? Just allow me. Like, it's his
Well, I don't
show.
know. I'm just in a hurry. I'm confused all
Okay,
the time.
Every time Samantha would excuse herself to
No,
use the
come
restroom,
on,
Tom would
stop.
get up and then go and open the bathroom door for her.
no,
Oh,
no,
wow.
no, I
And
would
shut.
not.
And he
No.
shut.
That's
It-
like a whole new
No,
level.
it was just there was times that there would be like a heavy ass box or something, and then I wouldn't like rush over to be like, "Let me get that for you," because I thought that she would take it like.
Come if you need some help, bitch.
And so I just stood there, and then one time she fell over.
She did fall over.
And she hit her leg or something. It hurt, and I just stood there, and I just looked at her.
She injured her shin, and you were like,
No, because I didn't want to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because I thought she would take it like I'm treating her like
Like she's-
damsel in distress.
Right.
And I-
damsel.
I don't know what that
He's since I've known him. Okay, this is a bad start.
Okay.
We're 3 minutes in. We're already the train has fallen over and it's
We're off
gone.
the tracks.
We're off the tracks. And he said damsel in just
Damsel.
damsel.
I know, whatever the
it's
hell
What
the word
is
is.
a damsel?
I don't.
I'm stupid, Colette. I'm from Florida.
I need to tell you something. He's stupid. And
That's what most people
I mean,
are.
we might as well tell her now.
I know
the jig is
better.
up. The jig is up.
Well, that's where we're talking.
He's
Most
not
of
a
our
genius.
listeners.
You called him a genius a couple of shows ago. Not a genius.
That was before I heard damsel.
Well, the real name of the show, original name of the show, was Not a Genius and Danzel.
All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Let's get into some
all right.
relationships.
Okay, wait,
stuff.
yeah, but wait, are we saying that chivalry should not happen anymore? That it's considered sexist now?
I think Tom is asking how to navigate it because maybe he's done some things in the past that maybe he felt like they were greeted with, "Why the hell are you doing that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and
Is that accurate?
No, and like, let's be fair here. Sam was 100% right. She's like, "Why are you acting like this? You're crazy." Like you can pick up a box and just for any human, be like, "Hey, I'll grab that for you if you want." What the hell?
Hold
you
on, phrasing.
you're-
I'll grab that for
No,
you.
no,
Right,
you're
yeah.
overthinking this, because you think that I'm gonna act like this is some sort of sexist, behavior by you, like
Do you-
running to grab something heavy or treating me like, not
So
like
here's
your
the
buddy
problem.
that fell down. Like, because if my buddy falls down, I'm just gonna laugh at them.
Well, here's the problem because it seems like you're freaking out.
All right.
You overthink your chivalry then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what's happening here?
Yes.
Because
You
I think
have chivalry anxiety.
he does.
Yeah,
I think I
alright.
do sometimes too.
Yeah.
I too have held the door, and this isn't the majority of things, but sometimes you hold the door for somebody, and then like the look you get, and it's a lady is kind of like, well, what the hell are you doing that for?
Really?
And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, all right, sorry.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do it for anybody though, guys, girls, anybody.
some people, I guess, do take it that way. I really think it's manners. I mean, I'm older. I grew up with those manners that like a man opens the door and then stands back and lets you go first. And I can understand why some people might find that sexist, but I think it's polite and nice. I always appreciate it. But I did notice on this last trip to New York that the younger guys, when I was in studio, none of them, I noticed it, none of them opened the door and let me go first. They like opened the door and walked ahead of me. And in my mind, if I'm honest, I was like, oh, that's a little like rude.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know what's
Because
you know what
they're-
too, if I can add on to that.
Yeah.
As a young man, when my dad was instilling what he thought was right? You're talking about a gentleman that was born in Martinsville, Virginia, a race town in the South.
Wow.
He's a pretty Southern dude. He sounded like there's a reason that I make his voice sort of sound like Foghorn Leghorn. It was like, a lot of mercy. It was a lot of that. But when he instilled the things into me, it was almost as if he was letting me know that these are certain things you do for everybody, but there was almost sort of. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, if everybody took it this way, but as I kind of learned these manners, I use them as an extension of it, like it almost to me, and I'm not saying that these young men should have done this for you, but I always used it as like, this is something nice I'm doing for this woman.
Yeah.
Like I used it as an extension to make a relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it was not romantic, not flirting. I'm just saying you're not going to not flirt for being nice to the lady and leaving the door open or complimenting her. You know what I mean? So it extended into that area. I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining this,
no,
but my
you are.
dad was a charmer and I'm a charmer, and the manners aspect works, and then we would almost extend it into like these are things that I would have amplified in order to court my wife Andrea.
Yeah.
Open the door. You damn right I'm opening
And
it, and I'm
certainly
gonna
in
open
dating.
that thing is the best door. This is the best damn door
Yes.
opening you've ever seen in your life. And I'm gonna get the car door, and I'm gonna a mud puddle, throw the jacket, all that.
I agree, especially in dating.
And I
Yeah.
kind of humped it on thick when I did.
Don't
date.
say hump it on thick.
I know,
Right,
hump
thank
it
you.
on thick
Thank you,
was-
thank you. That's why hit single.
That's a whole nother-
I tried to slide in some product placement. This Monday, I do have a hit single called "Hump It on Thick" that will be released. No, but It's funny that I'm just now thinking about that.
Yeah.
It amplified almost my chivalry. I was like, yo, you got to do this because you got to find a wife. You know?
I mean, I just think it's nice too. I think it's manners. I went to Catholic school where we always held the door for the entire line. So I always hold the door for anybody wherever I am. I mean, that's different from chivalry, but I do think it's kind of getting lost in younger generations. And I definitely noticed. I've now lived in the South for 30 years, actually 34 if you add college to it. I was back in New York for 1 year. Nobody really did that stuff as much in the North, and I loved all that. But what matters is the way women are treated that goes with that. I mean, if you're opening all the doors and then being a dick in every other way.
Yeah, then what does it matter?
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
bother. I'd rather you slam the door.
Like,
in my
I'm
face.
opening the door so I can take a peek at your ass.
You know,
Oh!
it's weird.
Definitely not for that
Okay,
reason.
yeah, that's
Because-
the
But
wrong.
I love the voice.
That's the wrong vibe. Okay, that was my New York guy.
I know. I like it. It's like Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
So before, because I want to talk to Colette about going to New York City and doing some more media stuff, but like I use my kids to learn about myself all the time, and because I'm like seeing how they're growing up and then seeing their mindset on things, and then I realized so much how our mindset was kind of molded by the culture we grew up in.
Yeah, shaped
And
it
it's
up,
hard
yeah.
to even admit that because you're just like, what the hell? Nothing affected me, but you're just like, well, why do my kids think these things? And like and then what are the differences in the culture and like how I look at things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going back to the doing nice things for just the other gender, just to do things like, for women specifically. And me and my wife have a conversation like, hey, you should do these things. It's like, it's a nice thing to do. They were confused a little bit by it because they were like, why do I do nice things for women? They're the same as us, equal. You know, they're like, there's nothing special about like, and my sons are like, they're better than us. Like, they're like,
Oh, the pendulum swung too far.
because in their mind they're like, Maisie is better than all of us. Like, oh, you included, Dad. She works harder than us, is more talented, smarter. You know, so like, why do I have to do that just because she's a girl? And it's a kind of a mixed message that was like in a society of like, hey, we're all equal, and then like also do these old school things because you should do it for a woman.
No, you're right. It's
hard.
probably flawed.
Yeah.
And this is probably a place where I'm antiquated. But like I like when my husband opens the car door for me.
Yeah.
It feels nice. It makes me feel like he cares enough to do this little thoughtful thing.
For your partner, but for a stranger, that's
Yes.
where it becomes, you know, it's like we do have the conversation like, hey, I do this for my wife. She does this for her husband.
Right,
It's
but
nice
are
that
we doing it for
you
a
do it for
stranger?
a stranger. That's where it's
I guess I just
disconnected.
think the door opening piece, right? And like
Yeah.
when I get on the plane, I always find it like when I'm such a weakling when I'm trying to get my bag up in the thing and everybody just sits there and looks at me and I'm literally like dying. You know, I can't get my bag up. Versus sometimes someone actually helps me. I don't take that as you see me as helpless. Like I take that as I need help. You see that I need help and you help me. Thank you.
You should do that with any human. I've got a good example of this. So I'm on the Metro Rail in Miami, riding to go run my half marathon. Right? Everybody there is.
I have
there's
never heard a more braggadocious statement
I
in my
know. I'm on
goddamn
my way
life.
to my glory.
Unbelievable. I'm sitting in my
I understand.
Lamborghini
I understand.
looking at a gold bar.
I understand, but there's a reason why I said
Detail
this
of the
specifically.
I've given you the bill.
So
I'm proud of you, bud.
I get on the Metro Rail. I'm sitting on there. There's 18,000 people. Everybody getting on the Metro Rail to go downtown is running the marathon or half marathon. So I get on Dadeland a little bit before it starts filling up, right?
Yeah.
So all the seats, I'm sitting down. I'm just looking at my phone like everybody does. All the seats are taken, and then more people get on. So there's a woman in front of me, and she is running the marathon. Double than what I'm doing. She's obviously a runner or whatever.
Right.
I thought to myself, should I get up and give this woman my seat? And then I was like, but that would be ridiculous. That's like, oh, you should sit down.
When you
my
can
madam.
run choices.
My madam? Wait, don't say that. You should sit down, my madam.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's an insane person says
Denzel,
that.
let me save you.
Please sit here, Denzel.
because if this was a normal subway or like Metro Rail situation, and a lady gets in, and then I'm sitting down, I am kind of
Hold
trained.
on, is this a lady or a crack grandma? 'Cause
No.
I don't.
To train to get up and give the lady my seat.
Yeah, I
right?
would've done that.
But in this weird situation, if she like this lady's more like, if I did that, it would kind of be an insult to her. Like, oh, I don't need your seat.
Do you know what I
You
don't
old
do?
and
It?
dumb old man.
How about just, would you like to sit down? And then she can say no.
But
Right?
He didn't want to even. I don't want to give her the. I don't want to give her
You
that.
don't. You
I don't
feel
wanna,
like people will be offended.
Yeah, she was younger than me. She's
Yeah,
stronger
yeah,
than
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'm an old man compared to her. She's in her 20s, and I'm like, do I get up and would she appreciate that, or would she be like, no,
See,
old
I
man?
like it. I
Okay.
always appreciate, but I think maybe I'm the exception. Maybe other people are.
You think it's
offended.
generational?
Yeah, and even in my generation.
What about your daughters? You know them really well.
Yeah, I
If-
don't think my daughters expect any of that. I don't think that. Although
Like,
their
okay, so,
father's
like,
very
if-
much
if-
that way. He
if-
has really good manners.
Yeah, like if somebody did that, do you think they would be like, "Oh, thank you"?
Yes, I do think
Yeah.
they would be like, thank you. I think there is an implicit, it's a weird thing, because if women and men are equal, which of course they are, then and you look at the New York subway, then no man would ever be sitting. Like it could get crazy. But I think some of the simple things where somebody says, hey, let me, like, or not even, hey, let me, just a man's walking through the door that you're with, and they open the door and kind of hold it and let you walk first. I think it's polite. I think it's deferential. But I can definitely see how other people don't like it. I just don't. It surprises me people would get offended by it. I think that's like a little crazy, but
Yeah, no, I think,
come at me, feminists everywhere. Yeah.
There you go.
So
And I mean, I'm a feminist, of course. Feminist in the pure sense
Sure.
of that we are all equal.
Well, once you say something like that, I feel like people always like, "Oh, like drill them down and make sure they are." Like, come on.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
so Colette, tell us about New York and
Cameron
doing-
Hall show, right?
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yes, let's talk about it. It was wild. It still feels surreal. The episode comes out next week on the 17th.
That's quick.
Okay.
And I think, so it's on ABC in the Disney studio. That's where I recorded.
Oh wow.
And I'll tell you about that. But what I've learned is that the show is on wherever it's on locally. So here in Orlando, I think it's on the CW. Someone else told me it's also on ABC. I don't know if that's true, but it's definitely on Hulu.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's day of or day after, how they sometimes do Hulu for mainstream TV. But it was wild. I mean, the studio's downtown now in Soho.
Oh, wow.
And when you walk in, I mean, they had a car come pick me up at the hotel. They bring you to the studio.
So it's like old school television.
Old school
Yes.
big media. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Kind of
never
fits
done any
into
of that.
what we're talking about. That sounds a little more traditional.
Yes, well, I was very grateful with
Yeah.
the like dirty brown ice and snow everywhere
Yeah.
to have a little
Yeah.
special treatment.
Transportation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was very cool. And then when you walk in on the wall, they have all the shows that are recorded there. I took a picture of it. It's The View, it's Good Morning America, it's Kelly and Mark, or Mark and Kelly. I'm sure it's Kelly and Mark, right?
Yeah.
I think
Gotta put
Kelly
her hat-
was, yes,
put her-
Kelly
put her
first.
first.
And there were a bunch of other ones, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know all these shows were here. And then you're in a green room, and the producers come in and go over the show. I've done so much media, but I've never done an hour-long show with a live audience. And she had me on the couch the entire
wow.
hour, talked about my book, and gave everyone in the audience, 110 people, a copy of my book.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yes, so it was wild. And she is, I just have to say this, she is so gorgeous. I mean, she's older than I am. Her skin is flawless. She looks like a supermodel.
Yeah. When you see the TV people in real life, it
Oh
blows
my-
your mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
she
news
was
people blow my
flawless.
mind.
Yes, this woman was stunning. And she's obviously incredibly bright and talented and adept at what she does. what was fascinating to me is how much goes on behind the scenes to make these shows. I mean, you guys know this, but it's just huge. There's an operation for every part of it. They like touch up my hair and makeup. They had me waiting behind a wall.
That's cool.
And then you come out and the audience is like screaming. They're playing like pumped up music. I mean, it's
Did you have to do a dance over to the couch?
I mean, I kind of felt like I
Did you
did.
watch
And
them do the double guns? They're
Colette.
like, hey, everybody. And they're like,
How nervous
look
are
at
you?
this party started, right? And you're
So
like dancing.
yes, exactly. Okay, so this is what's weird, and this is what even doing my book event last night, which was low stakes. This is something I'm really hoping changes for me. I get so incredibly. I go into some kind of fight or flight anytime I know I'm going to have an appearance for like the entire day of. But then the minute it starts, I'm fine. It's the anticipation
We are the
of
same. I do that.
going on like even the VIP launch party.
Yeah.
I was like nervous all day. I couldn't calm down. And then the minute it started, I was like, I'm fine. So once I got out there and on the couch, it actually felt so comfortable and normal, and I was perfectly relaxed. But waiting behind the wall and the whole day, I couldn't even enjoy the day because I was like, I have to be on. And it's like that fear of public speaking, of being in front of a crowd. It's just,
I'm like that. If we have a beer
hate
fest
it.
or anything going on,
You're like that
and
too?
let's try and figure out what that is, because if you and I have something going on where we have to speak or be on the stage, and it's not even, like you said, it's low stakes. This is an audience that you and I've created. They're our friends, most
They're
of
there
them,
to
right? We
support
know
you.
most of these people.
Yeah.
They're only there because they want to be there, and we ask them, hey, come to our free beer fest or something. And from like, I wake up 6 a.m., right? And let's say I don't have to be there till 3. From 6 a.m. till 3, I'm literally miserable.
Me
Like,
too.
I don't
Me
know.
too.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so I do know what it is, and I'm glad it's not just me. It is really, the reason 70+% of people have fear of public speaking is because we're herd animals, and if we're judged by the herd and deemed insufficient, we'll be cast out, and back in the day, that would mean you die. So it's really wired into our nervous system to know that eyeballs are going to be looking at you. It's like an old evolutionary thing. So as much as I was telling
All right, I
myself...
gotta put the camera back on Tom, because anytime the word evolution is mentioned on the show, this dude snaps too, like you just said free porno. He's like, what? Evolutionary trade, what? He loves evolution.
did not know that.
Oh, he's Mr. Evolution. That's
Colette-
a superhero name.
Colette, but you know how miserable that makes me, knowing that no matter what, I'm gonna dread this experience. But once I go on, I'll be fine.
But do you dread it?
of course I do.
Okay.
Just like
You're the same
I
thing.
horribly dread it. I picked the worst career, Colette. I could have just been a
That's
speck
what
of dust.
Yes, hiding in the corner. That's what I've been wondering. I'm like, is this going to get better for me, or am I just going to live? And anytime I'm doing something, I'm like in fight or flight. Now, I don't have it for something like this. I don't have it for podcasts.
Because this doesn't matter, Colette.
No,
Well,
it's because
it's
there
live
aren't.
audience. Yeah,
Yes,
the
it's
live
because
audience.
The camera doesn't freak me out. It's the eyeballs. It's the people looking at you, and that idea of like perform. I mean, last night at the writer's block, my first book signing, the room was filled. It turned out there was not one person in there I didn't know, and there were people who were just happy to be there and support me. My dad, my husband, and still I was a wreck until I got there. So it's just something I'm going to have to, I guess, continue to work through, but it's exhausting.
It is. And some people, and the worst part about it is you hear the same story from a lot of celebrities and entertainers, and then they're old and they're like, yep, still happening. I'm like, no, I can never get out of it.
Let this pass.
But I guess it's...
I don't know if you can.
No, you can't, because
maybe
I
get used
tried
to
to
it.
talk. I tried to even use my methods that I do in the book, where you're like soothing your inner child. That really, really helps you regulate your nervous system, naming your emotions. I did a lot of validation where I was like, it's okay to be scared, especially with Tamron Hall. I've never done anything like that. It's a nationally syndicated show.
It's a big show.
Yeah,
Very big show.
and I do want to mention the topic we did, because it's slightly different from my typical couples thing.
Okay.
But I'm on there with multiple guests. So she had 3 different sets of guests coming up. So even though the producers go over with you what you'll be talking about, it's a show. It didn't end up being exactly the questions I thought I'd be asked, or I didn't give the answers that I had prepared. Yeah. And you've got these guests who are bringing up their own live stuff. And then she would turn to me as the expert and say, okay, professional, why is this? So you're like on the spot.
Yeah. The pressure's on you. You better give a good answer, because if your answer seems bumbling or confusing, we're going to be like, oh,
right. We do that thing that Tom and I do when anybody asks us, and we're like, we'll be like, that's a great question. Give me a second.
Yeah, and at least
I'll think of something.
We can divert it to comedy. Like, that's our defense mechanism. Like, if we divert everything, we're just clowns, and everybody's like, I'm laughing at you.
Something as simple as they ask the question, and I'm like, what were you saying? I'm sorry. Boom! And I'm off to the races. You know what I mean? Like, I've already put it in
But you have to be the professional. And so it's like, and that's even more pressure.
Yeah, and she didn't like something I said, it seemed, where she was like, well, that's like a weird way to put it or something.
Oh my God, you blew it, Colette.
Yeah, oh my God. And she's like, well, that advice sucks. We'll be right back.
And I was like, well, let me
Did you
clarify.
freak out? You're blushing a little bit right now.
Yes.
You're blushing right now.
Yes.
My God, we have some traits, man. We got some link ups.
I
Because
know.
that's what I do.
Would you say that?
Therapy right now. I mean, I'm not even, it's not
Yeah, you
even,
know what? I
maybe,
don't like her now.
maybe she didn't use those exact, but definitely the message I got.
You felt it.
You know what it was? Okay, so the topic of the show in particular, and what she was bringing the concepts of my book to, which is really cool, because even though I wrote it about romantic stuff, the concepts in the book of how to communicate, have hard conversations, address something that bothers you, talk more about your feelings, all of this stuff applies to all of our relationships. So this show was about difficult family relationships, in particular mothers-in-law, and for couples to talk about these things and address them with mothers-in-law. And they had couples they'd found on TikTok where, it's a big thing with the Beckham's family cutoffs.
Oh, yeah, I had that on the list to talk to you about.
Yes. Yeah. So we talked a lot about that. And we were talking about this mother in particular, who had described her son as like the man of the house, and then didn't like his now wife, then girlfriend, and saying that maybe one of her reasons was that she felt like this threatened by it, like she's losing her son. So I used language kind of like, for somebody to see her son moving on with this new relationship. But she was like, well, that's a weird way to put it. Like, are you really moving on? And I was like, well, I think that's how somebody in that dynamic might take it, even though it isn't appropriate, right? But developmentally, your child's an adult now, and they're moving on into their own romantic relationship. Correct. And you're no longer the woman in your life. So I think it just was my own nerves. I think she was being conversational. Yeah. But I could definitely tell, you feel 110 people looking at you. There's bright, hot lights. Yeah. And then it's in the moment. You don't know what these people are going to say. And it's
got an element of danger. There's danger there.
Yes, it felt dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
You're a live audience, all the pressure. This TV show is going to be broadcast, so it's like my chance to look good. Like, what if I do a good job?
What if I do a shit? Sorry.
You're fine. Don't worry.
Also, what if I do such a good job they invite me back or something?
That would be great.
There's
Tom. That would not be a problem.
No, I know, but you're thinking like then I have to do a great job, so I do get invited back. This could be my career, but don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Well, that's I'm glad you said that, because in the day leading up to, that's exactly where I went. People were like, oh my God, now you're going to become and I was like, whoa, let's not go there. I want to just be in the moment, do a good job for the show, do a good job for the people on the stage, and like, let's not add to the pressure, because that could really get me in my head. At one point, I have to say, I can't wait to see the show, because it's all a blur. I really don't know what I said. It may
Colette doesn't know anything she's talking about. Look at this clip. And they reframe it all weird. They put the black and white filter on you with devil horn animation.
Or can you imagine if I have like a piece of like spinach in my tea? I mean, ideally, someone would have told me that.
They're not going to do that to you.
They're not going to do that.
And you did better than you think. That's what I've always. Hopefully. Well, no, I've always. There have been flubs that I've made that you and I get off stage and I look at you and I go, I ruined that. And then you go back and you listen to it and you're like, dude, you were in your head.
That's how I felt with my TEDx talk. And all kinds of things like went wrong,
Yeah,
like where they
nah,
messed up my slides. But
you did great.
But this probably came out well in the end. We'll see. There was one moment that I said something and the audience broke into spontaneous applause. And that was like a great moment, like where they just seemed to like love what I said, and it felt true.
Okay, okay.
So I'm like,
You're
let's
oh, that's
cling
good.
to that. Yes.
Yeah, use that for the promo.
Yes.
Just give me the
100%.
clip of that, and I'll spread that around.
But I love the topic of this whole family cutoff thing because Oprah just did a big thing about it. You know, the Beckhams have made it famous. And in the therapy world, it's become so polarized where people are like the younger generations, people are arguing or being encouraged by therapists to end their relationships with their family over
You'll
like
never
the
hold the
slightest
door for your
thing.
family if you cut them off.
Do not hold the door.
Yeah, no, you won't. You'll never see them.
You'll never
like literally, I hate you so much.
I have seen that, Colette, and there's been a trend more than our generation talking about the
Oh yeah, our
generational
generation
differences.
didn't do it at all.
Like,
Ours
we were taught
tough it out. Let them act how they act. That's just
It's
Uncle
your
Charlie.
parents.
Yeah, you got to put up with it. Sorry, you got to do it.
We were taught that anybody in our family that was a blood relative, no matter how they acted, that's still that's still your brother or sister.
Your
or mom,
uncle
dad.
gave you a nice MAGA hat. Put it on and eat your
And
turkey.
and you should like shut up and like it,
Yeah.
or act like you do, and then privately swallow
just
how
make nice-
miserable
yeah,
this person
yeah, yeah.
makes
It's
you.
just a couple days a year.
Yeah.
It's just a couple days.
But when
a year.
it's a parent, I mean, what's happening is all these people are cutting off their parents. And I think, and then like Mel Robbins has talked about or had guests on, I think, talking about how cutoffs are bad. There's a couple therapists that I know of that have really brought attention to this and that we shouldn't be cutting off. What I loved about this show is that she had an example. She represented all the scenarios because there are cases where a cutoff is necessary. There's abuse, there's mental distress. There are people where you say your boundaries repeatedly, and this is what we talked about on the show, and they refuse to listen.
Sure.
Yeah.
And having
That's
a
huge.
relationship with them is like compromising your health. But there's a lot of situations where if we knew how to communicate and we address the little things along the way and we actually articulated our expectations and gave people a chance to meet them, then we might be able to work through this stuff without ending it.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Colette, because I was just going to talk like the worst of the worst. It's a spectrum. Everything is the worst of the worst. Yes, you should cut someone out that is just a toxic person in your life that has probably mental illness. It's just never going to get good.
Addiction, right? Yeah.
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
start moving
To an
down
extreme.
to the best, but there's a lot of in between, and then some people will use the cutoff instead of the harder thing, which is the communication.
Yes.
You just be like, I'm cutting
Hence
this.
my book. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just cutting this person out of my life because that's what they said. Is wait a minute, you didn't even try to communicate with them
That.
first. You're just cutting them out
You're
because
just reframing avoidance.
that's easier.
It is
yeah.
avoidance.
Yes.
Because it's too uncomfortable. And listen, it is uncomfortable. I had a situation around my book launch where a really good friend really disappointed me and I still can't believe the way she reacted to my book coming out, to my launch party, just like a series of really disappointing things from a longtime friend that really, really hurt me. I know. And it affected me more than I wish it did. But I was grappling with my own principles around, okay, having the conversation, because I feel honestly like I just never want to talk to her again. That's how much it hurt me.
Wow.
And I don't even want to have the conversation.
Yeah.
But as I now,
Oh
this
man,
is,
I'm so curious of what you did.
Well, no, you know what's?
I mean, how
you got
Yeah,
both of us
I mean-
because I think Tom is on the like, oh man, what happened? And instantly, I am sitting in there with you. I'm in that whatever trough of misery because I know that's a terrible feeling. And then did you do the am I being overly sensitive thing? Did you run that?
no.
Because that's what I normally do. is
Well,
like,
I think that's what I used to do my whole
Right.
life till I became a therapist. And I don't do that anymore because I really, I think also sitting with people constantly all day, you hear the inside of people's minds.
Yeah.
So you realize this stuff isn't all normal and just part of being human. So I know my feelings are valid and they're telling me I don't have to make it about she's wrong, although that is what I think. But I know I was really deeply hurt. And there's
Yeah.
only 2 friends I've discussed it with. And they both, and one of them is also friends with her. And she did a really great job. I said, I don't want to put you in the middle. One of the things I talked about on Tamron Hall is triangulation, where you try to resolve conflict through a third party because it's easier. Like you tell someone and then you hope they'll say something instead of dealing with the person. So I
I
didn't.
love that.
Figures.
So much easier.
So I didn't want to do that with her, but she did a great job of not saying anything negative about the friend, but being like, what? She was like, I am really surprised and I do see why you're hurt. I mean, it was just a series of things, like not responding to me, saying some things that were very patronizing. It was not nice.
Do you think it was their intention was to do it on purpose, or was it accidental? Because that means a lot to me. Like almost everything, like any sort of relationship I ever have, if something I feel slight or something, I'm like, well, what was their intention?
Hence why he wants to know what she did too, because he wants to reverse engineer and try to figure out if it could have been something that was innocent.
Yeah. And
you're big on that.
Like,
you are.
Even if someone recently stole my one wheel, I almost started kind of like
Maybe he needed it.
deconstructing it. Like maybe it was an accident, and maybe just saw it in the field.
That
and
is how you're wired.
Yeah, I was like, I'm constantly trying to let people off. But that's probably a wrong thing to do. Like
No.
I kind of
think
like
it's a
it,
good
man.
thing to do.
Honestly, I tell you this. I am not wired like that. I'll say it like that. I think it's a nice way of putting it. And I wish sometimes I were, because I would save myself a lot of misery if I would just go like, well, what was the intent of that? Okay, and move on.
But
I do think there's a lot of value in depersonalizing, because 90% of how people treat you is really about them and not about you. And where I arrived, I did use my own method of self-connected communication, which is where you're really curious inside yourself and asking questions about why. Like, I feel angry and I felt hurt. So I got curious about why that is and what it means, instead of just reacting off the cuff. And I'm not going to cut this person out of my life. But what I arrived at is, while I don't think it was intended to hurt me in any way, this is not like a bad person. What I do think is that some of the behaviors were an indication that we're not as close as I thought. And I think there have been some other indications that I've been more invested in this friendship for a while than maybe she is, that I've made more effort. It isn't that reciprocal. And where I think I've arrived is that if she asks me if I'm upset, I will certainly tell the truth, but I'm not going to go proactively pursue it, because I think some of these actions have just showed me that, like, I'm not as important to her as she was to me, and that's okay. That we're at a stage of life now where I'm going to put more energy into those friendships and relationships that are reciprocal.
Right.
And, like, let that be, and assume that she didn't have malintent, but also that I was legitimately hurt, and my hurt was valid. Like, I would not have treated her the way she treated me. I would not have treated any close friend who had, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened in my life. It feels bigger than my weddings, plural, my children, even though they're the center of my world. Like, this is the most vulnerable, big experience I've ever gone through. And so to have a person I thought was a really close friend respond this way was eye-opening. But it's okay. Like, I'm okay with it, and I don't really need to be close to her. And I think this is a series of, there have been multiple small things that have probably shown me this over the years, and now I'm really seeing it that way.
But should you tell her?
Well,
I'm learning from you, Colette.
yes, and I sat with that. And in fact, I talked to a therapist friend about this last night.
That's the part I can't get over sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know this about me.
Yeah.
I have where I disconnect and become a wild animal, just not a good person, is I'm like, well, I figured all this out. I must now go and tell that person how they have hurt me and tell them how bad of a person they are. Because I need them to hurt as bad as they hurt me. And that's just not...
Well, I think the last part is the only place, like, what a bad person they are. I think it's always legitimate to tell somebody that they've hurt you. But I also think, like, when I talk about this stuff in the book and on Tamron Hall, it's when we're talking about family, inner circle, your partner, it really does matter that you address these small times that your feelings are hurt, because you're trying to have a close, intimate relationship. And otherwise, there can be resentment that accrues and turns into major disconnection, which is really the thrust of my book. But in this friendship, this is an old friend I really don't have that much contact with anymore. And what's the goal? Like, I don't think it's really repairable for me also. Even if she were to apologize, like, I accept that. I'm not like angry anymore. But for me, the friendship's changed now, and it's not going to go back. And I don't think I'm seeking to continue to be close to her, because I think I'm now in a new chapter with it, that like, I'll be nice to her. I'm not going to resent it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something I suppress, but I'm also not going to be making effort there anymore.
Sure.
Like, I'm done with that.
So, Colette, when do you cut that person out of your life? How much do you try before you, and then, like, because, okay,
Yeah.
it's an endless
God,
loop.
what a hard question to ask.
So,
right?
Okay, and this is like a little more deep, but like, I always blame myself for everything, because I was like, if I blame myself for everything, I'll be better in the long run, even though I shouldn't blame myself for everything. Is, whatever. It's just like that is probably
It's your
better
way.
than blaming anybody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
a lot of
it's a
people do that.
process.
Or things that have happened in my life, and I know you never should do that, but you go back and you're like, could I have changed that in some way? And and so I constantly look at that and like, instead of cutting this person out of my life, could I have fixed it? And and then I tell myself, oh, you tried to fix it, but it didn't work. But like, did I really try as hard as I could have?
Yeah.
Could I have tried longer? And like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
could
I
I
do.
have?
I do.
Because you start asking yourself that question. Yes, of course, you could always try harder in every situation over and over. Like, you tried for a year. Could you have tried for 2 years?
Right.
And then
And
when's
should
the
you
cutoff?
when
Yeah.
you
And
start?
how long should you try? And that's the hardest part for me,
Really
because you keep going back and you're like, did I try hard enough? And ultimately, there is a point where you give up, but it's hard because you're taught never to give up.
Oh my gosh, I love that you're saying this, because I think it is what people really struggle with. And I would say, first of all, it's a very personal choice, but I think people tend to err too much on one side or the other. And really, I also talked about this actually on Tamron Hall, because it's the same thing of like, how much are you investing and trying? One of the girls on the stage had talked about, she tried for 2 years with this mother-in-law, and the woman just continued to treat her like garbage, was very disrespectful, where the husband finally said, like, look, this is my partner, and like, this isn't okay. And now they are completely cut off. And the wife said, there's no turning it around. So what I'd advocate for is that you do that middle ground work that's uncomfortable if you care about the relationship. Like my friend example, if it were a different friend that I really am close to, I would be having the conversation, because the friendship really, really matters. In this case, it's just a realization that this is a friendship that hasn't really been a great friendship for a lot longer than I realized. So it's not worth it to me. But if you're going to someone and saying, hey, that behavior you did, right, as neutrally as possible. You didn't show up at my event. Let's just say that, okay?
I knew it.
Yeah, and that is kind of part of it, but only one of many things. No, it's okay.
I had a wild one I concocted in my mind.
What?
I had a wild one. I thought that possibly your ex-friend had defecated on page 69 of the book and sent it back to you anonymously in the mail. See, I told you it was crazy, and then you beckoned to me to tell you.
Your
And then I
mind
blame you. I blame
even
you.
came up with that.
Yeah, I
It's
blame you.
amazing.
That's the first thing I wanted.
Oh my God.
It was number one.
Why'd you say that?
Number two was not show up at the
Okay, it
event.
was not that. And even that was like a series of other things. But regardless, if you're going to someone and you care about the relationship, let's say it's your mom, your partner, your best friend, and you say, hey, when this happened, my feelings were really hurt. And like, the story to me is that I'm just not that important to you. What I really need, I'm bringing this to you because I do care about this relationship. I don't want to have resentment. I don't want there to be distance. And that person says, oh my gosh, I am so sorry I hurt your feelings. I didn't have any intention to do that, but I know my intentions don't matter as much as the impact. I care about how you feel. What can I do to repair this? Then we have a real bridge to connection.
Yeah.
But Trust in a relationship is built like a ladder. So if you get that, that's one rung on the ladder and the relationship can repair. If you get the reverse and the person gets defensive, they don't listen, they don't change the behavior, and they continue to do the same behavior repeatedly that you're setting a boundary around, then probably sooner than later, you have to ask yourself, can I either accept this relationship on the terms of what I'm getting, or do I owe it to myself to say, this isn't okay with me and I need to move on?
So, Colette, we could do a whole show on this, and we got limited time, but I got a quick question for you.
Because my deep and I'm into it.
My
Yeah,
wife.
that was good.
I know. I'm going on and on.
No,
and
I
on.
like all of this stuff because I naturally
Okay.
benefit from all of this conversation a
So
lot.
my wife is paranoid and freaked out because we have 2 sons, and she has this. She told me because her algorithms are totally different. Mine's are planes and exercise, and hers is relationships and like
Planes are awesome. Have you seen planes? Oh.
And she's like, I saw this on my algorithm that boys, moms of boys, the boys leave and go find other families, and then they leave you forever. The
She has
girls.
mentioned that there's an obsession with this this tall tale.
Girls bring their husbands to the mom and then bring
That's
their
the cliche?
They
Is that
bring
the
their
trope?
the husbands.
It's a cliche.
If you're
Yeah.
a girl mom, you're never gonna lose your girls because they'll bring the husbands to your
Oh,
family.
I hope that.
And
if
the
I
boys
lose
will leave.
Maisie, I'll literally
Yeah.
I'll
And
go
I'm like-
lay in front of a train.
And then I'm like, what? Well, I'm like, that's your. I'm like, I'm staying with my son, my boys.
My boys!
I'll be the cool dad, and you're crazy one.
I'll support you with
I'll
that.
distance myself from you. Anyway, and she's paranoid about getting a relationship with one of my son's partners, whoever
Yeah.
that may be, because she's like, man, I'm like a strong personality. There's a natural natural headbutting with boys, moms, partners, because there's a little bit of like, hey, you made this guy this way, and I'm trying to fix him now.
Well, there can be a power struggle.
That's how it is. They're like,
You're the person who
all
did
these-
this damage.
all these traits that I'm trying to mold and fix
Yeah.
is like your damage that you did.
Yeah.
That could not
I've
or
never
could not
thought
be
about
true.
that. That's funny.
But so
I've
how?
never thought about that. That's hilarious.
And in 1 minute
Yeah.
time, Colette, how does a mom of a boy make that relationship with their the boy's partner?
So this is the heart of the show, is that the mother-in-law doesn't have to be the problem. But I think one thing that makes a huge difference is recognizing when your son has a new partner, being deferential to that, being warm, being accepting, letting this woman be who she is, and coming from a place of non-judgment, not jockeying for power. That's the big mistake a mother-in-law can make. And I think a lot of mother-in-laws don't make that mistake, and then they don't have that cliche happen. Like I had a great and still do with my former mother-in-law, and we spent tons of time with them. I would always be open to any family who's open to me. The third story on Tamron Hall was a woman who loved her mother-in-law, and the audience loved it. Like she was like, this is a second mother to me. And this woman got all of these beats right? She knew, okay, this is my son's partner. Now it's not for me to impose my rules, my ideas, my values. Like Thanksgiving has to start at 3, right? Whatever the nonsense is. I step back. I show respect to my son and his wife, and they're as close as a mother and daughter.
It's cool that she showed some success stories there too.
Yes,
That's
which
a
I
weird
loved.
thing to do.
She did the whole
Interesting.
gamut, like a cutoff that repaired, a cutoff that stayed, and then also a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law who loved each other. It was great.
This will never work for my crazy wife. She's screwed. And I tell her that all the time. I'm like, you can't. I mean, you
What
have
a
to
way
be.
to end the show.
You have to be a different person if you want this to
I'm powerless
work.
to it because I love his wife. So when she calls me and says you have to get over here and slit this lady's tires, I'll be yes, ma'am. I'll get on my little electric scooter and biker daddy. I head over there to do the bidding of your crazy wife. I'm
I'm going
cutting
to
this lady's
remember
tires.
this conversation.
I'm slicing this bitch's tires in your driveway.
And wait, next time I want to go back to what you said at the beginning that we never talked about. What do you do when you're sick of your partner? Let's put that in our little
I
jar
can tell you weren't joking.
for future topics. Tom's like,
wrote that down.
She remembered.
She wrote that in her mind.
You're with this person every day. What things they do are crazy.
We got to get her out of
All
here.
right, Colette. Thank you so much. The Cost of Quiet.
Yes.
Out right now. Anywhere books are found.
And just real quick, because I know we're running out of time, the Amazon version, the audiobook on Audible of your book is fantastic. It is what I'm listening to. I'm on chapter 3. We will be discussing some of this.
Can we?
Because I have strong opinions about some of the characters
Oh, I
in your book.
can't wait to hear.
It's good.
And I did my audiobook.
It's
so if
really well done. You did a great job. And for those of you that love listening to us and you always give me compliments on our audio quality, rest assured I've listened to this and it sounds better than most audiobooks.
Yeah, I mean it's done by Penguin Random House. They didn't mess around.
Job.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you got an email for us, hello@lovethyneighborshow.com. We'll see you next week.
All right, awesome.
Thanks, you guys. Oh my God, I could have gone on for so
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Sorry, we went a little over, and I know you wanted to get out of here fast. What up,
No, I have
Pat?
to do this stupid
Happy birthday, buddy.
podcast.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go back to all of
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So much
We already have
more
something to
good
talk
stuff.
about.
All right, thanks.
That's an easy part.
That was good. Oh, you guys would like the book. It's super easy to listen to. And the characters, I got so mad. There's one character in the first chapter. There's a lady that cheats on her husband, and she makes me so goddamn mad.
That's honestly the only reason that it's possible.
There we go. We got a little catty pat. Okay, let me say that.
I like that when you see. I mean, it's like you work out. Like anytime I see the fucking the dedication. And the discipline to just any kind of facet. I'm trying to figure out how to teach that to my sons because I'm like, if you can harness that, you could do really anything you want.
I swear that's the 100% truth.
What are you guys talking about?
Just being, if you have discipline in life, you could really kind of almost achieve anything you want by just consistency.
Yeah.
I've learned in life.
You know, I wish I could say I taught Maisie that. I did
She
not.
has it.
I think it's just in her brain. Yeah.
I think that's with me too. Like,
Yeah.
I've learned like if you want to become something, you just continue to work.
Do you want to know what she signed up for her summer camp?
What?
I've told nobody this. I'm telling the chat room and you. Strength conditioning.
What is she, 10?
She's 10. They do it for 10-year-olds. They teach you how to lift correctly.
That's
And she's like, my dance people said that this would help me in dance. And I'm like, oh my God, you little fucking nerd.
Absolutely, but this will transform into
Strength
real life
conditioning.
when the dancing stops, because eventually, so maybe the 1 percentile won't stop. You can really go somewhere, but it'll go. She'll be successful in life because of this little groundwork.
46 mins. I need to split it, and it's got at the 25-minute mark we have shit. Did you get my song?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
She played it for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't look at her phone. She just played it. And I swear, I go, if she contacted fucking Daniel, I'm gonna fucking be so happy. Like.
Yeah. She's so sweet, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She did a lot. She actually did too much. Like, I don't want this much attention. I like it. I don't like attention in this.
Yeah,
way.
she's so sweet.
She did a scavenger hunt at the house with presents and like.
Dude, that's the perfect. She did treasures for you, dude. That's your girl, man.
Because I like the stupid show, The Curse of Oak Island. I'm into treasure hunting. You know what I mean? So
That's fucking great.
it was.
Yeah, it warmed my heart when she reached out on behalf for you. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, what a cool girl.
It was good.
And it made me, happy because I don't really know her from anywhere. And now she's my friend on Facebook. And
Yeah.
if y'all ever want to, go to a Magic game or whatever.
Absolutely. Now you have a connection at least with her too.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
For her to reach out to you, like.
I thought,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a romantic. And when I see things like that for people that I care about, I'm like, well, what a sweet woman. That's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
So yeah, we she had it all set up. She had it set
She
up at the
reached
house.
out to all people that know Pat, and then to pick songs of what makes you think of Pat.
Okay, all right.
But I didn't do that. I took the Like Mike song from Gatorade, and I made Like Pat using AI.
Okay.
Because I know if there's only one friend that would appreciate that, it would be
Yeah,
Like Pat.
once I heard the
You're
song,
like the only person that would ever appreciate something stupid like that. You'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. It's Michael Jordan."
Do you have it?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
play it for you.
Okay,
I'll
and
play
this
it.
and then
It's
what?
good.
it's quick too.
What is
Yeah,
this?
super fast.
Is this for some sort of
It's for his birthday.
For my birthday,
oh,
yeah, he just did it for my birthday.
Was your
Another
birthday
little gift.
yesterday?
No, it's Monday,
All right,
the 9th.
all right. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Two of the coolest people I know and one of the worst people in the world have birthdays
Yeah.
in this week.
Yeah, yours is Monday, right? Or no, yours is
Yeah, in the
Sunday.
Going on right
Okay,
now
what day?
in
Is it
this
Sunday?
7-day loop, 2 people that
Yeah.
I care about and would do anything for have birthdays, and 1 person that I literally would flush down a toilet to hell.
And we're not going to name which one that is.
No, we're not. We never would. We never would.
Oh yeah, Sunday.
Let me find it because it was I had to.
What are you doing? Anything?
We
partying. This guy's partying
this
crazy.
Is this is usually the camping trip weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So, but instead of the camping trip, because all my friends are a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
They didn't want to.
My
This
anger- you see
camping
my
is
anger
too
jump
hard
over?
now. And they would have gone, but
Did
everybody
you
was
always
miserable.
go the
President's Day weekend?
which is always Valentine's Day weekend, kind of?
For the most part, usually around. Yeah,
It's it's crazy because I've been on the Peace River on Valentine's Day as a kid at least 5 times.
No, really.
Exact same. I used to use a canoe outpost,
Yeah.
but we never
What
did.
if the guy you got into a fight with before you knew Cadillac Pat
was me.
Cadillac Pat?
Yeah.
No, you're talking as a kid. You're
Yeah,
my
well, I
age,
was
you're
like
exact-
15, 16, 17.
No.
Okay, yeah, I was out there when I was out there with my family when I was turning 16. Actually, when I was 15, and then when I turned 16,
That might have been my last year when I think last time I went was like you're 16 or 17.
As soon as I had my driver's license, we started going with just our friends.
Oh, really? So I always went with my dad and we went with my buddies, but it was like family kind of thing.
All right.
I only went one time with my family. I didn't grow up camping. I didn't grow up like my dad didn't like to camp.
Smart
I
man.
asked my mom why, and he's like, because my grandfather, my papa, used to make my dad and his brother sleep out in the Everglades at Scorpion Head Camp, and it was like, basically a shack, like a hunting shack,
Yeah.
in the middle,
That's
in the middle of the Everglades.
Worse than us having a tent. Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that worse than having a tent?
And it was just rough mosquito crazy. We're talking. This has been the 60s and 70s.
There were more mosquitoes then.
Yeah.
Because we had less chemicals killing them.
Yeah, and then
I will bet my life on it.
and it was
Really?
just
You think?
Yeah.
and he was miserable. And my papa was a hard ass man, no creature comforts. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't make it fun. It's not like my sons know.
It's not
camping.
meant to be fun.
My sons know s'mores and manhunt and all the fun
That's
parts of
pretty rad.
camping.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like I cook them.
Peeing on an ant mound.
Making fires,
Yeah.
cook
Oh,
'em-
burning a stick.
Yeah.
burning stuff, yeah.
Cook them like the camping breakfasts. They sleep in RVs or like air mattress tents. Like
Oh,
the creature
now
comes.
you,
Yeah.
now you got that hookup
And-
with Giant Recreation World, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who's our guy over there? Oh, shout out to
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
It's
10% off Tom
brand
and
new,
Dan.
brand new. You walk into it,
Yeah.
smells awesome.
It's not even like camping.
But
Mention Tom and Dan for
Alright.
money off your brand new RV experience.
if you do rough Everglades camping with no creature comforts, as like fend for yourself
Yeah.
kind of shit, like
So your
you're-
dad's like, fuck this, I want a hotel in the Bahamas.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, the camping sucks, and it is funny because your experience, my sons will be
But
like,
you're
"We
doing
love
it now,
camping."
and you are your dad. You're like, this shit sucks. You've
yeah,
said it.
yeah, but-
You've said it a million times, just like your dad.
But what my dad didn't do, like he didn't even know there was a good kind of camping. Of like
When you can make it fun
yeah,
and make
you
it
made
You
it
nice.
didn't want
Yeah.
to know it. I don't want to know.
You could buy a little portable air conditioner for your tent. You know.
he's like,
I like your
I'm
dad.
sure
Like,
he's fucking traumatized by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna go into
Yeah.
tents again. Like I have mosquitoes.
I don't know if I like it anymore either now, too. Like, the older I get. You know why? Because you wake up hungover in a hot... you go to bed freezing. You wake up, it's 9 a.m., it's 1,000,000 degrees, and you can't, like, even sleep in past the sunrise. Like,
Yeah, I'd never camp without my sons. Like I did it when I was in my 20s when it was like about getting fucked up in the woods by
Yeah,
yourself without
yeah.
adults, But then we stopped once I started getting close to 30 because we were like, wait a minute, we can all afford a hotel. What the fuck are we doing this?
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's the novelty's worn
the
off.
novelty, you already done it enough, too.
But then when the kids then got introduced again, started at 40,
Yeah.
and then it became fun because you get to show them the good side of
Yeah,
camping, the
yeah.
fun part. Yeah,
Question
yeah.
from the chat room is just a simple end to our warm up here. DeBerry Joe checking with all of us. We determined on this particular show that if you were Florida or Florida child adjacent, that a friend's father would have introduced you to Hooters.
Introduce me to Hooters?
I still remember the friend's father of mine that took me to Hooters. It was Jeff Burney's dad. You know Todd Burney.
Yeah.
Todd Burney's dad. What's his name? Fred Burney.
Okay, all right.
Frederick Burney took me And if Todd, we should call Todd may have been with us, and Todd was a kid, like a baby in a diaper. It's unlocking a memory. We may have to call him and discuss this, but he took us to Hooters, and I was like, this is the greatest fucking place on the planet. The chicken wings are great, curly fries, titties.
Connected to this camping trip, my dad's you kind of say, yeah, my dad's buddy who brought a girl to the camping trip, my camping trip, was a Hooters girl.
That counts.
And she flashed me and my other buddy Tomer on our camping trip when she
should-
was 14.
Stop. All right.
When I was 14. I was 14. When I was 14. I mean,
we
when
can't talk about it. I
and
thought you were gonna-
she was like 26,
I
probably
thought you were going to
28.
say the word. I thought you were
Yeah,
going to
but
say
that made you a man.
And she was hot, too.
Yeah. And you were happy. But
Let's talk about it.
But
She
people-
worked at Hooters.
People nowadays would call her a sexual predator or whatever. Like,
talk about
like, you know how happy Pat is? That happened? He still thinks
He
about
still
it.
remembers.
She took a photo on a disposable camera.
All right, you ready? Let's talk about it.
All right.
You want to start?
Yeah.
Where's this go?
I think this is going to be
Thursday one?
Thursday one.
Oh,
Okay.
another one for me. Yes,
Yeah,
look
well,
at that.
you've been bumped up. You know, like now.
It took
Let-
some
let me
years.
just
I
say,
can't be bumped down.
Can I tell you something though? Since you mentioned it, and this is per the contract, you got to keep the consistency
all
high.
right.
It's like Premier
I
League.
mean, the next thing you know, you start bringing in jumbo this and jumbo that. Oh, look, I got a jumbo candy cane. I'm
Once
like,
again.
get the fuck out.
Once again.
No,
Get the
they
fuck out.
and then you'll know it because it'll be like Monday 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'll know.
You'll know it.
know.
You don't want to be where. Do you know where we put Kenny?
Oh man, Monday 4.
No, Kenny's a Tuesday 4.
Oh, Tuesday 4.
Oh, that's right.
Tuesday 4 is the worst spot.
Oh, okay.
The worst spot at TNT Media is a Tuesday 4, and we put Kenny there. You want to know why? And he can fix this. He hasn't been as perverted.
Oh, he needs to get
He's
more.
been less perverted. He went straight and
No,
narrow.
we're just fucking around.
He wears. He doesn't wear crazy outfits anymore. He used
He
to,
does. He still
No,
wears
he
them.
used to look like a pedophile trumpet player in a ska band, but he doesn't anymore. All right, you start.
Okay.
Here we go. Good warm up. 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come on over and hang out with us in the chat room at Tom and Dan Live on all social media. We do like sort of shows before the shows and warm-ups, and
Yeah,
it's fun. It's a fun time. So come on over and hang out with us. Like and subscribe at Tom and Dan Live on YouTube.
So we do a pre-show warm-up, usually with most guests, and it's like sometimes it lasts 5 minutes, and then it's us effing around, and you could hear that on Twitch. You could get audio only on Twitch and hear it live every single day.
You know, I used to think it was better if you just like left the guest, like you didn't talk to him at all. And somebody told me this like back earlier in my radio career. It must have stuck. But it was like, put the guest that you're going to have come in an area you can't even see them, and then just rocket them in quickly. Put
Live on the show.
Live on the show. Put their headphones on and have them be like, fish out of water. And then go like, what the hell do you do? and then you'll get the best interview.
Yeah,
out
that
of them.
seems
And
not right.
that is, it took me 30 years of doing this to realize that is not right. You should get them in, get them a water. You need to use the restroom.
Start talking to them.
Anything you want to talk about, anything going on in your life, you good? You know, like,
Start
right?
messing around, like you get them comfortable
Yeah.
before we start.
Yeah.
That seems like a better, like warm up a little bit. No, just live. Start screaming at them.
All right, you want to introduce our guest, buddy? Because I love this guy.
Cadillac Pat's here.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys?
So before the actual show, and
No,
our
do you want to
pre-show
do the
on
birthday
Twitch-
song, or do you want to go into what we're talking
Okay, yeah.
about?
Well, no,
Okay.
we'll talk about the birthday song in a second. We
Yeah.
were trying to figure out. We're talking camping, and whether or not camping is for adults, middle-aged people, and tents. Like we're talking like tent camping.
Yeah.
You're doing it for your kids.
Yeah,
you're doing it when
yeah.
you're young.
Kind of a general why camp
And
kind of
then-
a discussion.
Pat was talking about going to the Peace River.
Yes.
Which this weekend coming up is that's the weekend, President's Day weekend. I go to Peace River every year. This year we're not. We're going to Davenport.
That's
I call it
great.
Brazilian Peace
Yeah.
River.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, you rented
Backside of Disney.
You rented a Brazilian C-word number 4 shack.
And then all my friends are flying down from Virginia, North Carolina. They're driving
so
down
they
to
can
Miami.
so they can swim in a pool filled with pee-pee while listening to Bad Bunny blast from every pool. Every pool blasting Bad
Yes,
Bunny.
very true.
Yeah, so
Could be worse though. I like his music. I'm a fan.
So we were talking about whether or not maybe me and Pat were on the Peace River at
Yeah,
the same time.
there's a good
because
chance.
I'm turning 44 on Sunday. How old are you? Pat?
46.
Okay, so you're older.
But 2 years. But you said you started at 16, or
16 with my family.
so that would have been either 17 or 18. My last time might have been when I was 17. So we might have crossed. And I was telling Tom I did the exact same weekend. So we might have crossed paths.
Okay.
Did you always do the 2 nights? So you always did. See, I only ever did the 1 night.
We started off doing 1 night and then it graduated to 2 because like setting up your camp.
Yeah, it takes half the. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you sleep 1 night and then you're already
Yeah.
packing it back up.
Yeah.
We're like, this is flawed.
Yeah.
Like you gotta stay there at least 1 whole day.
That whole day camp would probably be the best time sitting there.
But,
I
yeah.
haven't been in 3 years because 3 years ago it was like canceled for something.
It was the atmospheric river that came through, and then we all pulled because we were like, it's going to be raining literally the entire time for 3 days straight, and it was like a crazy weather phenomenon where like it was just green river going over Florida.
And then last year I did my hip replacement.
Yeah.
And then this year I'm doing another hip replacement.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad to hear that.
But you're not doing. You guys, everybody canceled it, right? They decided,
we may bring it back next year because
give it a break.
The kids
Sometimes
really
you just
like
need
it.
a break.
And it's gonna kill me because inevitably some kids are gonna just be on their iPads and phones, and then I'm be like, we could have been in the woods.
Is it going to make you mad though that this year that you're skipping is their last year to camp? Next year, full digital. Is that going to make you mad? Full digital next year.
So we were discussing this, and then Pat gave us a little tidbit because Daniel started asking about we have this Florida tradition of Hooters where a friend's dad always takes you to Hooters for your first time.
It's usually not your dad. And I was reminiscing about, I still remember the gentleman. He's still alive. And shout out to Fred Burney, father of Jeff, who was one of my best friends, you know. Jeff Burney and
Todd Burney sponsored
Burney.
a lot of our stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Todd because he may have, I can't remember. Todd may have been on this trip. He would have been very small, but very young because we'd babysit him. But he took us to Hooters, and it was awesome.
And then Pat said, when I was on Peace River, my dad's friend was girlfriends with the Hooters girl.
Yes, absolutely.
And on that trip, she flashed a 14-year-old Cadillac Pat.
Yes, twice. And she took my disposable camera and flashed us and selfied with a disposable camera a picture of her boobs for me and my buddy Tomer.
Wait, so Tomer,
my buddy, that
Tomer. Okay,
Tomer,
so a young CP, a young Cadillac Pat, you're in the woods.
The buddy Tomer.
She flashes you. You're like, oh my God, you have a disposable camera.
Yes.
You take a picture with her disposable camera, and then she takes the
Yes,
camera
yes.
and snaps the photos of which they real or fake.
They were nice is all I remember.
Okay.
So in that photo,
Yeah.
I think I hid that photo after I got
What
a
are we
developer.
talking about? 36C?
Probably D for sure. In my
36D.
mind, they're D. You know?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, young Pat.
I forget which. The 36 is the what? One of them is like the length of the shoulders. The other is the circumference of the bosom.
Think about the different time. Like we're talking. When is this?
1994.
1994.
Okay,
graduating
I
from
just
high
remembered.
school in
Okay, I
94.
just remembered this too. I just remember the same chick, the same trip. We're in my mom's
my God,
mom's minivan with the side door open. We're leaving. We're getting in the van to go home. This chick gets right in front of that side door and strips down completely naked and changes right in front of me and Tomer.
Oh yeah,
and my dad.
Hooters girls go hard.
She got down completely bush and all, right in front of me, and my dad was
and that
shocked.
would have been the end of the 90s. That would have been Hooters Bush.
Then
100% approved.
Then we went to KFC. There's a KFC right there somewhere in that little
I
town.
used to go to that kid.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
After
Yeah,
Peace
you have
River.
to stop at that. That is a delicious.
yeah.
I've eaten that KFC.
Daniel's been to
I
that.
have been to that KFC
Yes,
like
camping
12
trips.
different times.
And I remember we're in line, and there's like a little wall. She's walking over to the
This is
bathroom.
Arcadia, Florida.
Arcadia, yes.
Yeah, oh
KFC.
my
She
God.
jumped up. She jumped up from behind the wall while we're in line ordering KFC and flashed us again. Me and my dad.
This lady
and my,
was a maniac.
yes, she got naked in front of
She
me and
was
flashed her
wild.
boobs 3
Oh my
times.
God, this is like an 80s movie.
My whole she's not a sexual predator argument is out the window.
Yeah, this was a predator.
She got completely naked.
You should do it too
This
much.
is what I dreamed of. By the way, as a young
This is too much. I thought she just-
14-year-old Dan dreamed of a
Oh,
Hooters
it was-
sexual,
yeah.
a Hooters sexual predator
I
to
know,
come
I
and
know.
flash me bush.
I know.
I bet I can get her name. I bet I can find her on
Listen,
Facebook.
What do you think she looks like now? You think it held up?
She was good looking then.
Yeah.
She probably
Probably
was like
held up.
25, 26.
A lot of those Hooters girls that were Hooters girls, you go and they have groups on Facebook of like it's like like old Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and they all look
Yeah,
great.
they hold up.
They all look great.
They keep themselves together.
Not all of them.
I
but, you know,
understand.
most.
She poured us alcohol too. She snuck me.
Oh, that's Predator.
She
That's
poured us
Predator.
Seagram 7.
That's textbook Predator.
She got me and Tom our Seagram 7 inside of Sprite cans, and we were canoeing down the Peace River.
This lady's
14 years
wild.
old.
This is a wild lady.
Yes, she was.
Tom can't stop laughing.
We got so drunk we fell out of our own canoe, and I was hanging on the side of the canoe.
What if your sons had the ability? What if your sons had the ability to camp with a Hooters Predator? What would you do? Would you let them go?
Listen,
Do you let them go become men with a Hooters Predator? 7 and 7.
Okay, well, hold on. Listen, we're all in our 40s. Let's have an adult conversation here for a
Yeah,
second.
I'm
because
sorry. I
because,
apologize.
Because I can understand all the other mature adults out there, mostly women, that are thinking in their minds like this is a predator behavior that should not happen. And if I'll call my mom, my wife.
That's called the Oedipus. When you do that?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
That's called the
And,
Oedipus.
and
yeah.
if young Max or Tommy is 14 years old and there's a Predator's a Hooters Predator flashing them all the time.
And getting them booze.
And then, giving them booze and then getting naked on a camping
I
trip.
Right in front
dreamed
of
of
us.
this.
It was like a dream.
She would want to press charges. She'd want to throw this lady in jail. But you got to
Oh,
understand.
Crystal!
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God! Didn't she start a foundation?
And maybe it's justified.
Then she'd start a foundation so it never happens to any other young boys
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
again.
But you got to understand that could be true. And also, this is Pat's favorite thing.
Memory of all time. You still masturbate.
Oh, my God.
Thinking about it.
And this is
my early 20s.
one of his best memories he's ever had. You see
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
both can be true. And that's it. That's my only
I'm
explanation.
going to get her name. I'm going to find
Not that
her.
it's right. Not that it's a right thing
Did
to do.
anybody say like, whoa,
And,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, what are you doing?
But-
Nobody said that.
No, it was because when she got naked in front of us on the side of the car. I remember my dad after she walked away. I just remember my dad like making a joke about how crazy that was. And, like, you're welcome, boys. Welcome to
damn.
adulthood.
Yeah,
Here you go.
I like the move where your dad looks at you and he drops his sunglasses down just a little bit. And he goes, "Welcome to the Peace River, boy."
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But
Right?
like,
He
That's
has
pretty
some-
much how
he's
it
gotta have
went.
some catchphrase.
so do you
know?
understand a dad like saying you're welcome because a
You
sexual
know you're gonna go on a beaver hunt, didn't you?
because a Hooters Predator got nude in front of them and gave them alcohol. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the parent is saying you're welcome to the sons for this happening. That can be true, and also my wife calling the cops can be true.
Serious question for
That-
you. Serious question
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
If something like this happens, because we know that in nowadays
It'll
times, the
never happen.
rarity of a Hooters Predators, you never
Yeah,
find them anymore.
yeah.
They're just not out there anymore.
Yeah.
They
She
just-
took
they're
a picture of herself
Yeah,
flashing on a camera.
And then just threw it back to us.
Yeah, like here,
Evidence
keep
Yeah.
the
She goes,
change.
boom. There you go.
Keep the shine.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how much in the 90s we weren't worried about getting caught of being predators. We were like, we'll take a picture of doing it. And
Yeah. Exactly.
If this
Especially
happens,
women.
if this happens, is there a high concentration because this just doesn't exist anymore? It's just not a thing. That Tommy and Max run over to you and be like, "Holy crap! There's some lady showing her boobs over here. This is wild." Do they rat it
They
out?
rat her
because it's
out.
so rare.
well,
Not because they don't like it. You see what I'm saying?
It's 14. When they're 14, I don't know.
Ooh,
Because
14, you keep your mouth
because
shut, I think.
you get
You're
these,
right there.
You get
Yeah,
these
you want
chemicals.
it. Yeah.
Like
I think you shut your mouth.
before testosterone and after testosterone,
Yeah.
you see the chemical difference. Like there's a reason why they
VT
sell
and
it.
AT.
It is a magic drug that changes your behavior and changes your biology.
Yeah.
And as soon as that gets into their blood system, like they are essentially going to be different. Like is pre-innocent, post. Like it's like I understand that when that chemical hits, like your
Yeah.
objective change and your your outlook changes. And
you get a case of the Ugas.
14-year-old Pat, this is the
Oh,
best
This
thing
lady,
that ever happened to
she
him.
thought
Great
she was. Thank you.
Great
I
story.
jogged that memory.
Great
She thought she
story.
was being like fun and like you know what I mean. She was.
Well, she was.
She
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Hold on, I'm going
she
back to what Tom was saying.
yes.
This is true. She was being fun, but
Dang,
you know,
I
the
know.
line of what's fun changes at times, and it has changed. And if you did that now,
Yeah.
you'd probably get a couple of emails.
But by no means did this damage Pat
No,
and young
no, no,
Tomer.
no.
Young
Yeah.
Tomer is still talking about it to this
Well,
day.
I
Yes.
didn't want to say this, but
Not
young
on a
Tomer,
podcast.
that person, Donald Trump, went on to be Donald Trump. I'll never forget. She phoned him out. She
All
took
right.
a picture with the Instamatic and threw it back.
So let's talk about Pat's birthday. Your birthday was this past Monday.
Yeah, the 9th, February the 9th. Yep.
All right.
I went to the fair.
So
That sounds.
Yeah, I'm a big fair guy. The big fair in Tampa, the Florida State Fair. It's like the second biggest fair in Florida. I go every year around my birthday, and that's what I want to do for my birthday. It was a good time.
Yeah, he has told me about this. Like,
Yeah.
you know about fairs, you know all of the fairs,
Yeah.
you rate the fairs.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is one of your favorite fairs.
This is my favorite fair by far.
All right, so
Strawberry Fest is next.
So what do you like about the fair?
I'm feeling really good about myself by watching the other crazy people that are walking around.
Okay,
You'll feel
people
like
watching?
yeah, and drinking a beer and eating a corn dog, walking around in the nice weather all day, enjoying just being outside in a big, fun environment.
Now you do realize you are one of those crazy people.
People are looking at
I was
me.
gonna say he doesn't realize that. Yeah. There's some redneck in overalls that's like, look at that,
Look at that guy.
Billabong jacket, fool.
We all wore matching shirts that we got made. We had different corn dogs on our shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
With
Tom
little,
is
with little
anti that, by
puns.
the way.
Oh, I'm pro match
I know,
shirts.
but Tom hates matching shirts.
It's funny that you go there to people watch and you're like, look at all these crazy people. You're wearing matching corn dog shirts.
Yeah,
dressed
yeah.
like 90s.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You're a middle-aged man. You love the fair. There's no kids around. You're like, yes, the fair. I would have had the Grappatron. I would have win a big Tweety Bird.
Any big
What
name
the hell?
artists play that fair?
No, that's a Strawberry Fest. Strawberry
the
Fest.
acts.
They have a huge arena outdoor thing for concerts. The Florida State Fair has none of that. So the Strawberry Fest is kind of really known for their music.
They got rides?
Oh, they have 3 of every kind of ride.
Okay, do they have like livestock?
Oh yeah, the huge amount of livestock. Or like the best in show for. They have a whole building of chickens, whole building of rabbits.
Do they have dioramas?
What's that? Is that when you drive?
Okay, this was my favorite
Yeah, they
part
do.
of the
It's
fair.
yes, they do. I know.
My favorite
yes,
part of the
they have
fair
it.
is you have the rides. Well, you have 4 parts to the fair. You have the rides.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you have fair food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have like
the midway.
the midway area,
The
and,
prizes,
and
the
you know,
games.
but you have livestocks. But then you got dioramas in one building. There's just paper mache.
Yeah. First thing we did was go see all that stuff.
Creations of different things, like whatever the theme is. Like this year's theme is tribute to America's circuses. So everybody created a little paper mache circus, and you go in and some of them move and they do different things. You're like, oh, this one's good. Oh, this one's not good. It's awesome.
And they have all the art.
awesome,
It is. I love
It is. No, it is.
I love it.
I used to have art in the fair when I was a kid in Broward County. It would be. I was always honorable mention. Wasn't like because mine wasn't good enough. Yeah, but I was. So you go around and look at these little
You didn't
kids.
get a frame. You just got tax.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then they have the thing where the motorcycles go in a circle on the side. Like
The Wheel of Death.
oh my God, they have that there. Yeah, the Wheel of Death. It's the best.
You know, we interviewed those guys one time.
I
The
remember
guy-
that.
You like all trashy hillbilly stuff. I knew I loved you. I mean, this is the stuff I like.
So Pat, because you said it's the best, but we know it's not the best. It's very mediocre and small town
if
garbage.
the best is the Sphere
yes.
in Vegas, and you're watching U2.
Yes.
That's yeah.
So you like the fact that it's small town, mediocre,
Yeah,
kind of garbage.
and they grab dollars out of your hands on the motorcycle. They ride on the side of the wall, and you
Yeah.
put your hand.
Yeah.
They still let you do it. Like you think there'd be some kind of lawsuit now. No, you hold your hand over, and he rides by,
Yeah.
and he takes the dollars out of your hands.
There used to be a girl that she'd let you put it in your teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they might.
And you,
They might
and you
do that.
lean over, and they'll take it out of your teeth.
I don't think they let you do the teeth anymore.
They used
You
to
should
do
see the
teeth.
amount
I
of
think
people
they-
with no teeth. In
No
this thing.
BS. I think the lady that did it, not to tie it into the Hooters story, but I think she used to do it topless.
Oh my
and take
God.
the dollar with her teeth.
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
Let's go.
The best things in the world usually have a naked woman.
So do you
Adam,
like the
you know?
trashiness of it?
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's
all right.
and it's like simple fun. I like simple fun too. You know what I mean?
all right.
And you think it's going to be
That's fine.
inexpensive? It's not. The fried Snickers was like $12. I mean, like
Yeah.
every.
The fair has gotten more expensive.
Oh.
There used to be a time in the 90s where you could take your Coke cans or whatever the hell and
Burger
get your
King
free,
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burger King night. You get your free passes. You go in and you pay a couple tickets for particular rides, but you're not breaking $20.
We were breaking the bank. I mean,
You know.
one Jack and Coke is $15. Now this is the first year they're charging for parking. It's like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we're up,
It's a couple $100.
Oh,
right?
easily, yeah,
Yeah.
$200 a day, no problem.
Yeah.
One of the best things about going to the fair is that when you get home, you have to throw your shoes away.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like that part. That's the part I like.
Yeah, they're all
and
dirty.
The best part for me is that I always wear my whitest shoes with my whitest laces. And what happens? All that fine dust you're walking
Yeah.
in gets into your laces, and you have to throw your shoes.
can't
you
get rid
literally
of
have
it.
to burn your shoes.
Yeah, you can't get
So
rid of it.
another problem I have with the fair
Is that what we're doing now?
Because I'm not necessarily a fair man. fan. Like I don't take my sons to the fair.
They call you unfair Tom.
Is another problem that I've found is, especially when I was a kid, I haven't gone to too many fairs as an adult, but that when there is a, let's say a puking incident, a throw up after a ride.
Sure.
Because you gorge yourself with disgusting
Fried
food.
food.
You spun your stomach around.
Oh my God.
And then you puke on the floor. They just throw some light sawdust on it and move on.
Keep going. Keep it moving.
And then as you walk around, there's just piles of vomit with sawdust on it just around, and we're supposed to ignore that there's vomit on the floor.
Yeah, turn a blind eye.
Yeah. And like you probably could scoop it up and throw it in the trash, but you don't do that. You just leave it.
No.
So
you got to keep that ride
Well,
moving.
we're gonna be out of here. We're gonna be out of here in 24 hours. I'm not cleaning that up.
No, they're there now. They're there for like 13 days, the Florida State Fair. So we can go right. You can leave after the show and let's all go. I'll show you around.
I would go.
People know me by name there because I go there so much.
Yeah.
I usually go 2 Sundays in a row. And then the Strawberry Fest comes around. I go to 2 Sundays in a row of that.
Okay, who's playing the Strawberry Fest this year?
Ludacris is there. Reba's there. That's the headliner.
Wow.
Reba McEntire and Ludacris.
Yes.
I mean, Reba's a big get.
Reba's the biggest one. Reba's like the big headliner. I
Reba
think.
will be. There will be a ton of people to see Reba.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tell to who likes the fair, by the way. Because they're like, who do we get to play? Reba and Ludacris.
I think they nailed it.
That covers
Honestly,
it.
I think they nailed it.
That covers
That's
it.
pretty all spectrum right there.
And if I'm there, either one of those acts works for me.
Yeah, I'm happy with
I
either
love
one.
Luda. I think he's awesome. And Reba is a living legend.
Legend.
So, yeah, I mean, they nailed it.
Yeah, but it covers both sides of the spectrum,
It really
not
does.
the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the middle isn't there to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're never there.
So
They don't matter.
Back to your birthday, Pat, because Daniel said he got contacted. I'm a little offended that I didn't get contacted.
Well, you'd
I
have
know
to
Pat
like,
as well.
You'd have to like Cadillac Pat.
No, I've known Cadillac Pat longer than you
I
have.
go to Magic games at Cadillac Pat.
Yeah, no,
he's
yeah,
my buddy. He's
yeah.
my friend. I text him just out of the blue. I'll text him and
No.
just, hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah,
Will
that's
I
true,
not?
that's
true.
Will I not?
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
Pat,
Mung.
me and Pat go back to the old radio
Hula
days.
hands days when
where-
Pat had a high and tight, perfect. He had your haircut.
Like this picture right here.
Me and Pat go back far enough where I used to do like gigs at sports bars for some like a fantasy football ATM machine.
Yeah, I show up.
It was before fantasy football was on it was before smartphones.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
oldest relationship doesn't mean best relationship.
I'm just saying, and Pat would show up, and then we'd hang out at all.
Just
the
me and Tom.
I know.
That was it, literally.
I know,
and Crystal.
Yeah,
That was
oh,
it.
I know.
different-
And Crystal wanted to hang out with you. You know what I'm saying?
How much
She's
are they-
always wanted a bigger guy to ravage her.
How much are they paying for this advertising? They're paying me $300 just to hang out with Pat at some
I
asshole sports bar.
I actually came to one of these. I remember showing up, and it was Tom, Crystal, and Cadillac Pat.
That's it.
By the way, that's when I knew. I was like, I need to get in this business. So they're paying me and the advertisers $3,000 for me to hang out this asshole sports bar, which is kind of like Pat. No one else is here. They're paying the promo guy $50. Like I start doing the math.
Got the van out front.
I'm like, I'll do this for half. Anyway, so Daniel got contacted by your girlfriend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And requested that. What was this, by the way? Because
Do you want me to read what she said?
contacted all the friends. Yeah. And
Well, she didn't. I mean, she contacted all the friends that matter. And, yeah, so she wrote me and she said, I'm making something for Pat for his birthday. Is there a song that reminds you of him, or do you have a memory of you guys with a song? If so, will you type and tell me the song or memory associated so I can find it? So I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, you know what always makes me think of Pat is how he always likes to do weird Photoshop for all gifts he gives, like his friends, where he'll hide himself in whatever he's giving you to make it like special and weird.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wanted to do a version of that.
Oh, man.
So what I did is I took the song Like Mike from the Gatorade commercials,
Okay.
and I made it like Pat. And then I sent that
he loves
to
a
her.
good novelty song.
That's true.
So here, I will give you, this is
All right.
what I sent in. This is the new Like Pat song, which kind of fixes the Like Mike song because, you know, Jordan did a lot of damage with the Hitler mustache. He really did. I don't even think he knows how much damage he did.
Probably not.
We all talk about it. He's oblivious to the fact that he's walking around out there with a Hitler mustache.
That's the only thing he couldn't win. He tried to win it.
He tried
like,
it.
it'll be
He tried to bring it
it'll
back.
be
Now
the
call it the
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah. That was his only loss.
Dang, yeah,
his only
couldn't do
loss.
it.
Yeah, here we go.
Got
Here's
beat by Hitler.
Here's Like Pat. I don't know if you remember these commercials from back in the 90s. Here we go. Oh, it's a long ramp.
But it ends
back
quick.
when-
It goes
I like
quick.
a good woo.
You know what? It was coming out of my mouth. Back in the 80s, during a song, guys, if they didn't have anything going on, the drums would just be hitting and you'd be like, and you just throw a...
It's like, all right, this guy's into it.
Yeah, this guy's having a good time. Here we go.
Sometimes I dream that he hears me. Got to say that's how I dream to be. I dream I move, I dream I grew like that. If I could be like that, I wanna be like that. If I could be like that.
See? Everybody remembers the old Like Mike commercials.
So when you heard this, Pat, did it make your day? You
Oh,
happy?
yeah. Well, my girlfriend's staring at me as we get done playing it, and I was like, thank you. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I did love it. But I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird to present people anything that's a special song. I've seen these things online where it's like, you can get a real musician to write a song for your fat wife. And then people do it, and then and then they cut to the video. The guy's driving like a Nissan Maxima. And
Yeah,
his wife is sitting
yeah.
there, and then he turns up the radio, and then the singer is like, and Melissa is the best wife and mother. And I'm like, don't do that.
and then,
This is
she's
weird.
confused.
Yes.
She's like, oh, are they talking about me? And then you have to pretend like, oh, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to give
It's
somebody.
like, how are you supposed to react? I do the same thing when people perform in our studio.
That's why I have to turn the camera off.
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh. Yeah. After it's over, it must be.
Yeah.
It's like that awkward,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my God.
that was great.
You did something. You did something.
And so what else did she give you? And then she presented a bunch of songs at your
And
friends.
Tom's horny. He wants to really know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she also made a treasure hunt for me. She put by the front door a big piece of paper that she hand wrote. Oh, the curse of Cadillac Pat, and like made little treasure hunts.
Dude,
because I like the
that's
show.
his love language, dude.
I like the show Curse of Oak Island where they're hiding stuff.
This girl's so good at this is the one. You know what
She's
I mean?
really
Like
good,
when I look at Cadillac Pat, let's break it down. He has found a woman that will create custom treasure hunts for him.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, your whole wedding's got to be a treasure hunt. Like, if you guys go that route.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah, that's
whatever
a
you
good
do
idea.
now.
Oh,
I mean, marriage is different now, but I'm just saying.
The treasure hunts will end when you get married.
You'll get your shovel out. You'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
walk
yeah.
out there. She's like, I didn't feel like hiding the chest today.
I got a lot of treasure hunts before I got married. And then I was like, I'm gonna get this forever, and it ended.
But she got me a metal detector for my birthday too, and the little handheld one. I want to go to the beach one day. I'm going to drop her off. I'm going to like get an Uber like 2 miles down the road, and I want to walk down the beach hunting for treasure after a storm.
Oh my God!
After a storm, and I bought this shovel. You know the aluminum. I got one of those on Amazon too.
Like the ones that fold up.
Yeah, it's like aluminum.
Yeah, you can carry that in your board shorts.
I am fascinated with metal detector people.
Yeah, I want to turn into one.
But here's the problem. Because I can't help myself but to ask, and this happened in Minnesota Key, where this is the past time. It happens in Satellite Beach every once in a while. I'll see an old man.
Oh, don't ask him if he's found anything.
That's
Is that
my
what you
favorite
do?
question.
Oh, no, if you do that, I will literally beat you to death with my metal detector.
Yeah.
Do not ask me that.
He's walking. They love being asked that, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
It's their favorite
Because
thing.
they find one thing and they love hanging on that.
And yes, and then you ask them the inevitable, hey, have you found anything cool? Which they love, and then they take off their headphones. Which
What'd you say?
and then they have a story that you know they've told hundreds of times, and they tell you about the one time, and it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I found a Snapple cap with a joke on it.
They found a wedding ring or some old doubloon
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a Spanish.
You ever think
That's
they're
what I
lying?
wanna find.
You
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
think
yeah.
they're lying, and
Yeah.
when you leave, they know they lied to you, and they feel sad?
Yeah, I don't think they're lying, but here's the truth of it. They told their best story, and it took them 15 goddamn years to find one doubloon. So that is a jail sentence. But if you tell me like you have to comb the beach for 15 years, and in that time you'll find one doubloon. Like that is a goddamn.
worth it.
No, that's a jail
You just
sentence.
gotta reframe it. It's,
no.
to some that is a prison
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah, yeah. Like they didn't find any. They didn't tell me dozens of stories about how. And this wasn't last week. This was 15 years ago. And so nothing. He found nothing else.
You
Well,
don't
they're
see it
chasing a
as
dragon.
much.
They get that one
Yeah,
coin.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
You don't see it as much anymore. The new thing, and I have friends that do this, but the new thing is magnet fishing.
Oh, I
God.
kind of want to get into that too.
No, it's already sailed. It's like podcasting.
Yeah, but
if
the-
you get into
Yeah,
it
I
now,
know.
good luck getting an audience.
But I just want it for me. I don't want it to make.
Well,
you
the
know.
best thing you could find is some teen's car that ran off the bridge.
Yeah, you saw
30
them-
years ago.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And then their parents are like crying on the street. They're like, "We have closure finally."
No, but then
and
you-
they're like, "God damn,
and
that's
then you-
that's what you wanted to find."
video yourself. You're like, I found this dead teen's car.
Yeah, like that's horrible. That made your day. It ruined your week. Like,
Do
leave
you
it
get
a
to keep the
mystery.
car if you find it?
Yeah, it's fighters keepers, man.
Yeah, I feel like.
And
Can you pull
also,
those bones out, please? Jesus.
and
God, gross.
that mother could have maybe lived with the delusion that the teen.
Maybe the team's out there
yeah,
still.
lives just ran away.
Went to Canada.
Living a
like,
better life.
Like this happened to me with my step grandfather. Like when they found his bones, everybody was like, "Oh, we finally have closure." I was like, "God, I thought he was like living in Cuba or
Yeah,
something."
yeah,
I just wanted to live with this delusion. It's like Stranger Things. It was
It's like Tupac's still alive. There's no real closure.
It's actually better than closure. Anyway.
And I got a telescope. She got me a
True.
telescope too. So I'm gonna start looking for aliens out there too.
So she got you a lot of things to look for things.
yeah, exactly.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's almost like she wants to not spend time with you.
I don't want to ruin your telescope too, but the Van family has a telescope.
Was your wife
It's
going
in my
through an
garage.
educational app? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
remember when all toys
Yeah, yeah.
had to be well, you don't have any kids.
I want to
but
get a microscope next.
Andrea didn't really
Yeah.
go through this because I think I clowned her so hard that I didn't give her the chance to do it, but you guys did get a telescope.
Yeah, it's sitting in my garage. I pass by it every time I go to the freezer or go take out the
Why don't
trash.
you put it on Facebook Marketplace?
No, my wife wants it because
Just in case.
It's because, and again, in the past 15 years, 2 times she looked at the moon, and then both times my sons weren't interested.
8 years
They
apart.
look at it like, okay.
Yeah. And both times she was like, "God damn, it's still moving. It keeps moving. I can't focus in on it." And that's when we realized the moon moves.
It moves, yeah. Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
fast if you're looking at it close Stinks,
I'll wait
man.
for that.
No one uses
Stop
it.
moving, moon.
It just collects dust in my living room in the corner now.
Both things you will use once in 15 years.
Yeah.
And, anyway, so I saw that you brought some stuff.
Yeah. I just brought some more of my collections.
Okay.
And I know Daniel's going to like these at least. I brought my whole collection of vintage cell phones.
Whoa! All right.
All
If you
right.
can hold those up
Yeah.
a little bit higher, yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Look at 'em.
yeah.
You can see these at.
Most of you have had some of these cell phones too.
Look at these cell phones. Oh my god!
That-
and
one
I
of
like
them-
how you have them on a little display.
Yeah, I
thing
made that.
Like you,
That silver flip phone Motorola.
Oh,
that was
my
the
God.
old stunt phone.
Yes, I had that phone
That's the stunt
for
phone.
years in the radio. That was
That's
my
a great
first.
phone, dude.
That was the first color Nextel they ever made, I-95.
That I-95 was that's a extremely durable phone. Oh. You're getting a call.
I had no idea that was going to happen.
You're getting a call.
That's a good.
That thing still holds a charge from
Yeah,
20 years ago.
I spent 2 hours last night
Wait.
putting all these on charge.
Can we make a like? That's impressive, right? That thing still works.
So,
Gentlemen, start your engine.
That's the Nextel race sound. Yes, I remember that.
So that was my first cell phone. I had that in radio, and they gave it like they did some promotion with the Motorola or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was free. So they gave me a number, and then they
You
said,
had your other number too, then I'm sure. You
no.
you
that-
can't.
I didn't. I had my
You
home
didn't-
phone number.
Oh,
He didn't have
yeah.
a cell phone.
And I think I stopped paying for that too. There was a point in time there was no communication because I was too poor. Like there was people never realized that there was a time in life that you were too poor for communication.
Yeah.
You just didn't have it. There was no way to get a hold of you.
People find you.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
but I had the stunt phone for it was supposed to last half the year or whatever, and then it just kept working.
Huh.
So I kept it for like 2 years.
Can I ask you a question about the stunt phone? Because
Yeah.
my memory's coming back to me. Am I correct in thinking, didn't you charge it at the studio?
Because we were not supposed to take it home at first.
Oh,
No,
'cause
but
it's a
you
work
would
phone.
take it
Yes.
home, but you would charge it in the studio, right? Or am I wrong on that?
Well, no.
Because I remember the box sitting in that corner. Remember near the window?
That's when it was like, hey, this is only for when you call in your
Yeah.
stunts. Because I used to go out and do all the wacky
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to say,
Oh,
I'm
you
on the
take it
Motorola
with you.
stunt
yeah,
phone.
that would
Yeah.
be his phone.
But then I just realized, no one's watching this or keeping track of it. I'm just going to take it home and use it.
Sure.
And then I just start giving it to the number out. Like, this is my personal cell phone.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
let's go to Steven Spielberg. You just assumed it.
And then, of course, the promotion ended, but the phone still worked. So I
did.
just used it. And then one day,
Patty Siebert came in. I remember.
a salesperson
Yep.
was going through her files, emptying the cabinet, and found the file. and then like was like, what the hell? Like blew off the dust.
Yeah.
And then it was
How
like,
long was
and
it?
they're like, what is this? And then they called the number or
And
like,
it rang in your pocket.
yeah, I'm like, hello,
Drunk in the Bear Business Incorporated. Hello, this is Drunk in the Bear. If you'd like to speak to Drunky, plus one, please.
to my own voicemail. Yeah. And then she's like, hello? And they're like, hello? And they're like, this is still works?
And you're like, this isn't Steve from Porky's. Oh, no.
And she's like, this promotion ended over the year ago. She's like, I had to put it into the, and then she put it into it. She called the Motorola.
She's ratted you out.
And you know,
Well-
she just stopped. She called Motorola and be like, hey, you can cancel this number or whatever. And they're like, what?
Oh, my
Why
God.
would you do that?
Shut my business empire down.
Why would you do that? I'd never do that to someone. This poor MF kid trying to make his way in
Yeah.
radio, got nothing.
She was jealous, probably. That's what it
But
was.
refresh my
No,
memory.
she's just following the rules.
Okay, I remember all
Stupid
of this
rules.
vividly. Yeah, she's just following the rules. She's
Got
a
it.
nice woman.
But Daniel was there.
I was there. No, refresh my memory because this part I don't know, but I know there was a couple of days or a day where I couldn't get a hold of you because you
that was the only
they
cell
shut
phone
your
I had.
empire down. So what did you do?
That's when I had to actually get my first cell phone.
You had
in
to go, yeah.
By the way, I was well into my mid-20s.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
No, wait, this is a great
Yeah.
badge of honor that only you can claim is that you literally
Yeah.
got your
I mean,
first cell phone in the middle of his 20s.
The mid 2000s.
Yeah, you know, I
That's
was
hilarious.
probably like 23 because I started radio when I was 21.
And that's
I-
wheelhouse for this phone too. 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
Great fun though. That was one of my favorite
This
phones
was
of all time.
this was the coolest thing ever.
And I'll say something else. And I use it on my watch. I use it with my daughter. I use it with my wife. The two-way communicating. I use it with my Apple Watch all the time. If you go here and you click like this little button at the top, it opens this up, and then there's a button down here, this little yellow thing, and that's your two-way communicator.
Yeah.
Is that only on an Apple Watch feature? Because
I think it's only on the Apple Watch, and I use it with Maisie all the time. Like if she's upstairs and I need her, I'll just hold it down. I'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's like, "I'm in my room."
and it makes it wow. It's like an
It's like
Nextel.
remember the old two-way?
like a Nextel. Yeah.
I always found the two-way. I use the two-way all the time.
I send a lot of voice messages, and my friends, everybody hates that I do it because sometimes it's easier for me to just go. Listen, go into my like you're talking, and then
Yeah.
it sends. I've done it to you before too.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
do it to me.
And just know I never listen to it.
Okay,
Because I'm like, what? A voice is something intruding.
you know
It's
what
like
I do?
an insult to
I'll
me.
preface it. I'll go, hey, I'm going to send you a voice text. That's what I've done before
I know you
too.
do, but do you know what I do? And I did this to John the Barber because he sent me a 13-minute voice
Oh
message.
my God! Will you
Just
read
kinda
He
it?
told me that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. And do you know what I did with it? Because I wanted to see it, but there's no way I'm listening to someone talk for 13
Oh
minutes.
yeah,
Put it into
yeah.
text.
I put it into text, and then I took the text and put it into ChatGPT, and I said, outline everything he said. And he's like, gang.
So I'll just make them
Read it,
concise.
read it,
I
read it,
try
read
not
it.
to do them too long, but I'll send multiple when I'm telling like a little story. It's easier than calling sometimes or writing a super long text that has no context in like the way you're saying it.
Yeah, but it feels like you're forcing it on me, like you're raping me.
Yeah,
All right, I'll write that down.
like that 14-year-old.
Because during
yeah.
your long speech that you're giving me, I can't rebut anything.
Yeah.
I can't, there's no
Yeah.
conversation.
And I even say in my brain, I'm like, why is this guy raping?
Yes,
It's like, listen to me talk for a while.
you got to listen through it. Yeah, you can't stop it.
I have to
you
sit
can't
there and
speed it
listen to
up.
Well, that's why. Oh, they should be able to speed it up,
You should be able to speed up voice messages like you can
podcasts.
podcasts. Yeah.
but you can't talk through it. That's what's like.
Also, with old school cell phones, the younger generation will never understand when we used to have to text using the keypad. And you'd have
First
to,
iPhone?
3, but it's the same size as
do you
iPhone
remember
one.
texting using the
key
numbers
Q9.
1 through 9? Yeah. That
This
was
was a better size phone. I'm holding an iPhone 3. It's a better size phone. It's just the way we should. It's
Yeah,
what
you're
I
right.
should have.
You're right. Look
There's
at-
no reason for me to have an entire brick
Yeah.
in my. Look at
I
this.
remember you were super into cell phones back in the day. I always remember that you got the first iPad. You waited in line.
I had
get
to
the
force
big-
my
There
way
should
out of
be.
it.
They should offer an option of a small.
No, they
iPhone
have
3
a
size.
mini. They have a mini.
They
It's
do.
like
It's
Is
just-
that small?
about this. This is an iPhone 5 that I have also. It's about this. Maybe it's a touch wider.
Andrea has her iPhone 1. She still has it. And
I'm
she has
trying to find one.
She also has an original. If you want it, you're the only person I would give it to. Do you have an original iPod?
I have an iPod Mini.
No. I have the original Gen 1 iPod with the buttons on the front. Black and white.
I don't. I would love
Black
that.
and white.
This is black and white.
You're
yeah.
the only person. And I
It
have,
would just go in this display.
I have
so
a Talk Boy. Do you have a Talk Boy?
the one from Home Alone.
Yeah, I do.
I've been looking for one of those too.
Okay, well, you might need to come to my shop because
Okay.
apparently I have a shop now where I sell stuff that kind of like Pat wants.
Okay.
Because I have all of that.
He
and it's-
keeps all those old electronics.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy
He's always
person.
been into that.
Well, my wife gave me those really because she doesn't really use them anymore, and I cannot throw out gear. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I am a hoarder. This whole room over here, if Tom got rid of all my gear, it'd be clean as a whistle.
Yeah,
It'd be beautiful. It's all me.
I
all
get it
me.
because I just enjoy
a
old
hoarder.
technology. Look, this one, even when you flip up this little thing, it says cellular telephone on this for, I don't know why is that answer the phone or like it just came with this
Pretty cool.
random. It
I
just
think
says,
it did answer it.
Yeah, because it had to be some way to
Trigger,
engage.
yeah.
And people needed to just hitting a button wasn't familiar to us at the beginning.
Throw
Like
me that
when you take it
Nokia.
off the receiver or
This
something,
one,
turn
yeah.
it on.
Okay, this phone right here.
That's it.
This is the boy right here.
Yeah,
This-
that's-
if you want to talk about what got me into cell
Yeah,
phoning
same.
or
Yeah.
an obsession with cell phone, the Nokia, the original Nokia that had the blue cover on it, is the one that I got into.
You can change a face on it.
And I had this, and what I did to make this phone, because look, I wanted women to know that I meant business. So I went to Altamont Mall, and I'm like, I got to trick out my phone because the only way you're going to get laid is if you have a phone that looks cool, which is an idiot thing to think. So I went to the kiosk because there were thousands of these kiosks.
Yeah.
And I bought a faceplate that looked like a $100 bill because the ladies can't resist that. And I got a light up antenna that
Yes.
screwed in
Yes.
that would light up. So when my phone was on vibrate, it would emit an LED light that would blind the sun. Awesome. I paid like $60 for all of it.
I got mine was a wood grain. I had a wood grain cover.
I had
on
a wood
mine.
grain.
That's my
I had
favorite.
a couple I would snap in and out
Yeah,
based on
change it.
outfits.
Yeah,
based on
yeah.
outfits I had.
Yes.
It makes new technology look like an antique.
I had a Miami Dolphins one too.
I was like, look at my phone. I obviously
new
make
technology.
money. There's a $100
Yeah,
bill on
yes.
my phone. I obviously make money.
Now, Pat, let me ask you this. Speaking of your girlfriend,
I'm embarrassed all of that.
like because it seems like you have all this stuff. You need to display it in some way.
It's
around
kind
the
of
house.
this is
It
on
does.
display in like see I have it in this. I just put this grass in there for you guys. I just made it a little fancier
Yeah.
and dusted them
Made
off.
it like a
this is
an
like
old technology
yeah,
Easter basket.
it's on like a little shelf that you can access.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's sort of displayed.
You ever thought about starting a 90s museum?
I have enough stuff where I could.
Oh,
do
that's
that.
a lighter phone.
Yeah, yeah.
But by the way, that's a tell that you're a little bit trashy when you put grass on things and you're like, I had to fancy it up.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
some fake grass.
Yeah, poor people think that grass is fancy. Write that down. Write that down.
Fake grass.
Yeah, and rich people look at grass as just something they walk on.
Yeah.
Look, I never had this one, but this was like a version of the like the swipe up to actually have a keyboard. I never had a keyboarded phone though. Like that was like a thing for a little while.
I was a keyboard phone man.
Like a BlackBerry.
Sidekick. Oh, I had a BlackBerry.
I had a
did.
Sidekick. I had a Sidekick 1. I
I
had
got
a
a
Sidekick 2. I had a Sidekick Color.
I like how the BlackBerry had the mouse. You know, the little scroll wheel
Yeah.
on it. So you had a little mouse on a BlackBerry.
BlackBerry was the first phone that I think I jailbroke.
I remember being a young poor intern, and then look at Daniel. He had all the new technology.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I want to be rich like this guy one day. He got the BlackBerry.
I was like, you go put some grass on something, Poro.
And he would just get a new one every year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and I'm like, this guy's he's making the radio money.
But you didn't know that I was living way above my means. You had no idea. You didn't know how.
I paid $300 for this. There's a cell phone store right here in Cimarron by the 408. It's now like one of those. It used to be a Nextel store, but I bought this at that store for $327 with tax, and I was like, oh man, there goes my whole year's worth of money now.
Yeah, cell phones. I remember thinking like a $299 cell phone. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And
yes.
now cell phones are $1,000.
But also, radio money is funny because, like, as a young kid, you're like, "Oh, this guy's making $75,000 a year." But he's like, "How you've been working here for 15 years? like, you should be making way more than that." Like, after that much time spent at a company. Anyway, like, so now back to displaying these.
Yeah.
I feel like you should put these
in a glass case, like one of those clear ones.
No,
hang on the
you
wall.
need like a
like
little
a shadow box.
That's what
and
it's
just,
called.
you know,
It needs a nameplate of what each one
Oh
is.
yeah, maybe
And
Velcro
where
it.
you bought it.
Okay.
Or the years that it was.
Yeah.
The years you used
Because
it.
I do, and like, we always give you S about all your oddities
Yeah.
and your 90s memorabilia that you
Yeah.
have around your house. And we talked about how your girlfriend, like, you can't just keep sticking it in your house.
Yeah,
like,
it's making
ridiculous.
consolidate a little. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is interesting going to someone's house and then them
talking
having
piece.
a bunch of talking pieces.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like art or whatever else. Like, that is something that I value. And like strangers, and they're like, "Hey, what's this?" And they ask
I gave
like,
everybody a tour when they come
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
if we're drinking. My girlfriend was she's like, okay, Pat, go give him the tour. And I walk around showing all my stuff. I do that every time.
I do that too.
It's
And
better
weird.
than not having nothing, because you go over someone's house as a boring old same,
You know
Bed
what-
Bath and Beyond bull ass.
You know what
Yes.
you look like? You would have, because of the haircut, erotic art.
You have some erotic art.
You
It's in
look
the
like
bathroom.
You look like an erotic art man.
But by the way, Crystal is wavering on taking it down.
What, Crystal's butt on the
Yeah,
paint?
yeah,
Put it in my bathroom, because that's really weird. Let's put it in my bathroom.
yeah. She's
So
like-
I can-
His
you know,
wife.
You know.
She's like, I'm thinking
Take it
about
easier.
I'm thinking about changing this as the boys get older. I don't know if I
Yeah.
want this.
Or
'cause
maybe
they're gonna have some
is it
memory
the,
of
it's
their
the
mom's
one where they're
butt.
bush out the back, right?
Their mom's burger hanging out.
Hey, do you hear? The Van Boys' mom's
Burger.
The Furburger's hanging out. They got a photo of it. They got a picture. Did you hear? In Max's bathroom, they got a picture of his mom's fan hanging out. They'll be lining up to get it. You got to put it in my bathroom. It's the only way out. You got to put it in my bathroom.
They've all got to go to the bathroom.
And you know
not your
what?
house.
I'll take a picture of my wife from the back's fur burger, and I'll put it in your bathroom. Then the transition's complete. That's the ultimate deal.
You get that money to buy this
No,
place.
that's
then.
the ultimate deal. When you do that, like when your business partner has one, if your business partner has your wife's FB in his bathroom and you have his wife's FB in your bathroom, then nothing can be. That's the strongest
That's the ultimate,
bond.
yeah,
That's
that's
the
a blood
ultimate.
handshake.
That is the blood handshake. It's
Ah,
the strongest. No bond can
nice.
ever break that. Somebody could come here and say, like, Tom, you gotta turn on Tom. He's the one. I'm like, I'll never do it. FB, I got
for life.
FB for life. He knows. He knows.
All right, Pat. We got to get out of here.
right.
So where can people
Come,
hang out
come
with you?
see me at the Brass Tap Wednesday through Saturday nights. I'm there, the only one in Orlando, east side of Orlando, in the Waterford Lakes Town Center. Come holler at me. Get a free beer if you tell me.
And
you
there's
heard me
still
on the show.
treasures.
Oh, I just hit a new treasure in the Brass Tap. It's,
The new treasure?
yeah, it's gonna be again. This one is not gonna be found forever, but I can see it every single day that I'm there. But I'm doing it for me. I wanted to see how long it'll last. But the money's still out back. That same one is still out back. One in front of LA Fitness. There's 3 on Woodbury Road. They're continuing to add up. There's one inside of Tuffy's. When we were at Tuffy's at one time, there's one inside of Tuffy's. I was there. It's still there. I can see it plain as day.
And you swear it's not just a piece of trash that's just like.
Imagine how many he forgot he hid.
Yeah. Oh my God. I buried stuff underground in my neighborhood. I did it on purpose not to know where it is. So I'm like, I kind of think it's something over there. I do
So
that.
wait, you hide treasures for yourself.
Yeah, but I just have a couple of them buried just for one day. Someone's gonna dig it up and
In the future, they'd be like, what the
what the
hell?
heck is this? Yeah.
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 I like all this for what the hell's?
Yeah.
Just throw it in the garbage.
Just throw it in the trash.
It's almost like an original troll. You know, like some people just put something online just to see. Will it
Oh
be a
yeah, to
thing?
see what it gets. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Will it be a
Pretty
thing?
No,
much.
no reason. All right, Pat.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We love you,
Love you
buddy.
guys.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Thanks for being here, man.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Awesome. That was really.
That's funny.
That was real. Between the flashing and the.
Oh, that jogged that memory.
Jesus Christ.
I can't believe I forgot about that. She got naked right in front of us on the side of a sliding glass of a minivan on the sliding door.
Those moments are very important.
Her name was Kelly. That's God dang it. I was trying to remember.
I remember looking out into a pool party that was going on and seeing some lady with her top off, and I'm like, what? I remember I ran back to my room, never to tell anybody.
I think
Tuttle
my high
is
school
calling
Spanish
me.
teacher was also trying to like
Hey, buddy, what's
groom
up?
us. Like she would sit on the desk.
Well, we were.
with
No,
her
no, we
legs
just
wide
stopped.
open,
I just got up
right
here.
in
What's
front of
up?
me and my buddy Steve. We were seniors, and she was like ultimately flirting with us all the time.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
looked at my yearbook. I'm like, was she attractive? I look. I'm like,
Dude, don't even sweat it. No, don't even worry about it. We'll be
yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah,
hot. I'm like, damn, I could have.
Dude, stop it. Tuds is going to be 5 minutes late, and that's why I call it. Jesus Christ, Tuttle. How long have we known you, dude? We love you. We don't care.
yeah.
We'll see you
Yeah,
soon.
half an hour late. It don't matter.
Yeah, love you. Bye. Bye. See you. All right. That guy's too nice. You don't need to.
Coming in now.
He could literally.
We're
Daniel,
recording
fuck you. I'm like, okay, I deserve that. I've only known you for 30 years. So I'm turning everything off. I guess we're going to lunch.
and then we'll be back at 12:30.
Lots to look forward to. Jason Latimer.
Yeah,
It's Latimer.
Latimer. Yep.
MER, right? Latimer.
Yep.
Jason Latimer. And from the Science Center. So we'll talk to him. We have Tuttle. Is that it? Him and Tuttle?
Yes. And then Tuttle's going to be for a spring break show, but